Today at circasports.com. Surround yourself in color with Regal Select from Benjamin Moore. Rich, durable, and effortlessly beautiful. Find yours at your locally owned retailer. Visit benjaminmoore.com today.
Today's veteran of the game is Paul R. Schultz from Davenport, Iowa, who served in the United States Navy. Thank you for your service. Sponsored by JeffBuysYourHouse.com. Veteran-led and trusted since 2007. Cubs Brewers in Milwaukee. This is the Cubs Radio pregame show, driven by your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Buick and GMC dealers. In our Cubs conversation, right-hander Colin Ray is coming off another good start last night. So I asked Ray if it's been challenging taking over as a starter when that wasn't the initial plan.
At first, definitely. I think now that I've done it the last 4 years, it's been just a normal kind of thing for me. And the expectations for myself are like, I'm a starter. I should be in the rotation. I'm available for whatever the team needs to put us in the best position to win. Like last night, for example, I felt like it was a good start, but there's definitely still some frustration of me not being able to go a little bit deeper in the game. I felt like that sixth inning there was a big turning point in the game, and I kind of let it get away from me there. And I think that's where I look as far as areas to improve. But as far as like filling those roles, I think not only myself, but we just have tons of guys that can step up and kind of do what we need to do to put us in the position to win the game. And this year's been kind of a roller coaster, but with everything that's happened, we're still in a great spot.
You piqued my interest with something you said about that sixth inning. Is it just the way you would always feel no matter who you're going up against, or because you knew that they had Mizorowski on the mound, it's that kind of a game?
Whether it's a little bit is the score of the game. I don't know if it's necessarily like the opposing pitcher. Obviously, Mizorowski's he's tough. Like he's tough to just see the ball in general and put together multiple, squared up contact to put us in a position to score. He might give up the long ball now and again, but like to put together multiple hits and those crooked numbers is tough on a guy like him. But I think it's just knowing the score of the game and getting later into the game that's where I just need to do a better job of still staying on the attack and not really letting that get in my head. Still trying to put up zeros without, like last night, for example, was like Contreras gets the infield single to lead off the sixth. And Jake Bowers, who's having a really good season, the score's 1-0. I don't want to give up a two-run homer, so I'm not giving in at any point there. So I kind of lost my aggression a little bit, and that's where I say when I let it get away from me, that's kind of what I mean. But I'm still trying to be smart at the same time to hold the lead. So it's that like cat and mouse game, that give and take that you kind of.
A sartorial issue here. There's the team name, Chicago Cubs, so it does work.
It's got the right color.
Yeah, it's gray.
Maybe there was something went wrong with his other one.
1-1 to Marte, in the air, right to the guy we just showed you.
Kevin Gausman was outstanding against the A's last night. Dylan Cease will try to do the same.
Cease was brought on board to not just help lead this rotation this season, but also into the Blue Jays' future.
Just swing and a miss to retire the side. Cease gets Soderstrom. And he blows him away with a fastball for strikeout number 6. He's been striking out guys. There's no question about it.
Blue Jays pitching's got some filthy stuff.
And he rings up another one. That is 5 consecutive strikeouts and 9 in the game for Cease.
That slider is virtually unhittable this afternoon for these Athletics hitters.
3-2, and he got him with a high fastball for strikeout number 12.
This is a different fastball that we are seeing from Dylan Cease this afternoon. It has been electric all day.
first, his third leadoff home run of the postseason. Oh my goodness! Shohei Ohtani! Wow! Up and over the roof! A majestic blast! Ohtani drops jaws everywhere! And it's 4-0 Dodgers!
117 off the bat, 469 feet. He is the first Dodger to ever have 2 home run games in the same postseason.
All-star type season, and you never know with his injury like how long that's going to be. So yeah, I mean it's tough. I know those guys are still feeling good about where they're at though, so just looking forward to having JMO back soon, and then hopefully Ben can this process goes along smoothly and he can kind of figure out why this keeps happening and stuff, but and then we'll get him back hopefully at some point this year.
Big picture when it comes to the actual team, and there's no one better to talk about the Brewers and Cubs than you. Are you surprised at what the team on the other side's been able to do over the last few years? And then there's a pretty good team in this clubhouse too.
Yeah, I mean it's I don't know if I heard this right, but I think did they get 50 wins last night? I believe so, and I think it was the fastest they've gotten 50 wins in their franchise. It's like every year they keep doing things that you're just like, I mean, they just keep getting better and better, and that's just, the guys that they've already had in the organization and the guys that they're bringing in, just they get guys to their top potential really quick, and they do a good job of that. And but I feel like we have those kind of players on our team too, so that it makes the rivalry really special and fun to be a part of. And I feel like we're both similar teams in that aspect, and I'm looking forward to these games against them moving forward.
Colin, appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Veteran right-hander Colin Ray. The Cubs strongly encourage the use of all public transportation, especially CTA buses and trains when traveling to Wrigley Field. For all games, the Cubs offer a free bike valet service located by the Addison Red Line station. For details, visit cubs.com/transportation. Coming up, the Manager's Show next on The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs Talk with Mully and Haw, mornings 5:30 to 10 on 104.3 The Score.
They call this one Bill.
Whoa, aliens? Am I in a spaceship?
Affirmative, Bill.
What's with the laser saw?
Relax. We are cutting our bill in half.
What?
An Xfinity mobile transmission says you can cut your bill in half.
Oh, your mobile bill, not me, Bill.
Xfinity Mobile also says we can try it free for a year. Free.
Yes, with no commitment. Can we put the saw away?
I am reluctant. But we will find another being to bisect.
That's not sci-fi. It's Xfinity Mobile. Xfinity Internet members cut your mobile bill in half. Plus, try Xfinity Mobile free for a year. No commitment. Learn more at xfinitymobile.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Xfinity Internet required. Savings compares one line of Xfinity Mobile Select to comparable plans from T-Mobile, Verizon, and AT&T as of 3/24/26. Taxes, fees, extra. $30 monthly discount limited to new mobile customers only. After 12 months, regular rates apply.
Did you know you could earn up to $600 when you open a checking account at Old National Bank?
$600? You could do a lot with that. Like tickets to somewhere warm?
Now boarding for Miami.
Or tickets to your favorite band.
Or tickets to your favorite band in Miami.
Boom! Now you're talking.
Earn up to a $600 bonus when you open an eligible checking account and complete qualifying activities. Additional restrictions apply. Visit oldnational.com/checking. Offer valid through October 30th, 2026. Member FDIC.
Make your house a home with premium paints and stains from Benjamin Moore. Achieve long-lasting color and beauty with Aura, Regal Select, and Ben for interiors. Or protect your exteriors with Element Guard and new Woodlux exterior stains. Available exclusively at locally owned Benjamin Moore stores. Their Their high-quality products ensure a flawless finish every time. Ready to start your next project? Visit BenjaminMoore.com to find a retailer near you. Benjamin Moore. See the love.
Shop Grand Appliance for expert advice, fast delivery, professional installation, and of course, the lowest prices every day on top brands like Samsung. Visit GrandAppliance.com for full details.
Before we get to the manager's show, let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Covering the Cubs and all of Chicago's teams, Mully and Haw, mornings 5:30 to 10 on 104.3 The Score, WSCR, WSCR-FM, and HD1 Chicago.
Cubs in Milwaukee, game 2 of a 3-game set. Now let's pause as we get set for the playing of the national anthem.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grid, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play, only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Here comes Pudge, and Burley tried to wrestle the ball out of his glove. Swinging at a pitch out.
Well, the catcher thought it was a pitch out, but McCarthy didn't know it. The umpire's going, whoa.
Ortiz did the strangest slide you've ever seen. He went down on one knee and went in frontwards.
Nice play by Punto, and the third base umpire takes a tumble.
Quite an acrobatic play, but he got out of the way.
Talk to me.
This is called a Crawford dog. Hamburger bun.
Yes.
2 split top Angus beef hot dogs griddled on the skillet, on the plancha.
Amazing.
And then we do a bacon onion jam with Crawford Bach beer.
Pick it up like a burger.
Pick it up like a burger, and you just go in, man.
Let's go to town.
Yeah.
Dude. Oh, best hot dog I've ever had. Best hot dog I've ever had. I love this, man.
This is how I grew up eating hot dogs.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Delicious. Sea Glass brings you the bright, crisp taste of California's Central Coast. No matter where the game takes you, whether you're meeting up before the game or kicking back after a well-earned win, Sea Glass is the perfect companion. So relax, refresh, and find your coastal state of mind with Sea Glass, proud partner of the Chicago Cubs.
Cubs in Milwaukee, who are you banking on? Is sponsored by Busey Bank. Building business, growing wealth since 1868. I'm banking on Seiya Suzuki, who homered last night and is hitting .304 over his last 15 games with 12 runs batted in. The pitching matchup is sponsored by Ziegler Subaru of Kenosha. Enjoy the laid-back experience of Ziegler Subaru of Kenosha. So left-hander David Peterson is making his Cubs debut tonight after being acquired in a trade with the Mets earlier this week. He's 3-6 with a 6+ ERA in 16 games, 8 of them starts, including a loss last weekend in Philadelphia. 4 earned runs on 6 hits in 4 innings. Left-hander Kyle Harrison is going for the Brewers. 8-1 this season with a 2.50 ERA. He's coming off a quality start in Atlanta where he allowed just 2 earned runs in 6 1/3. It's time for baseball in Milwaukee. Cubs, Brewers, Pat, Ron, next on The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Chicago, this is Craig Counsell. Pat and Ron call every game here on the Chicago Cubs radio network.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877 Cars for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Hey Cubs fans, Southwest Airlines here with more reasons why flying Southwest from Chicago just makes sense. We treat you right. We're reliable as heck. And, this is big, we go where you want to go with over 80 nonstop destinations out of Midway alone. So go with what just makes sense. Don't overthink it. That's for FIPS, WOBAs, and WARPs. Am I right? Southwest Airlines, the official airline of your Chicago Cubs. Based on published Midway flight schedules as of 2/24/26.
Chicago weather is tough. Your home siding should be tough.
And it'll be Sweeney backpedaling, and he can't make the play. And there goes the no-hitter.
Rolling, does it go fair? Yes, it does. That's a fair ball.
Oh, she's giving it to him. See, they're up 6-1 in the 8th. He's giving it to him and making him like it.
Doing the pop-up dance, and he dropped it. You don't see that very often.
Abrams is going to think about going to third. The throw too high there. Abrams dives back in. Tag applied this time by Riley. What just happened?
You've got to be very careful where you're going because you might not get there. But how exactly can you go from a yogi to a king to perfectos, the old professor, and pint talk? Find out on Hall of Fame Connections.
Yogi Berra was an 18-time All-Star and 10-time World Series champion.
This is the only perfect game in World Series history. You ask him about it, and he would say, it ain't been done before, and it ain't been done since.
David Wells was perfect on May 17th, 1998, Beanie Baby Day.
It's not the pitcher that's calling the game, it's the catcher calling what pitch to throw.
The rule was, can't be more than 18 inches of pine tar. Home plate is 17 inches wide. And so he said, well, if it's more than an inch, and it was a lot more than an inch, then it's an illegal bat.
They might be going to call George Brett out.
Well, he's out. Yes, sir. He's out. Look at this. Keep it down a little, will you, please?
Okay, Yogi.
Casey Stengel and the other touring ball players met the King of England.
Of course, with my English, we had a little trouble understanding each other.
As Yogi said, when you come to a fork in the road, take it. Catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv and discover your own connections to the game at baseballhall.org.
Milwaukee, as it is time for Game 2 of this 3-game series between the Chicago Cubs and the Milwaukee Brewers. Good evening, everybody, along with former Cub and All-Star Ron Coomer. It's Pat Hughes reporting. Beautiful night here in Milwaukee, 74 degrees, cloudless blue skies overhead. We are playing outdoors. Normally we play inside the dome here, but it's a beautiful summer night. Outdoors is the way to go. Starting pitchers, left-handers. It'll be Kyle Harrison, who has been very impressive, 8-1 for Milwaukee, and David Peterson to make his Cubs debut after being acquired from the Mets a couple of days ago. The umpires have arrived. Let's go ahead and get right to the starting lineups for tonight's game. Brought to you by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Leading off for the
line drive down the right field line. It's going to drop and score 2. Keith is home. Green right behind him. Torque over to third. Throw to second. Not in time. Kevin McGonigal, first major league at bat, is a 2-run double, and the Tigers take a 3-0 lead in the first.
Welcome to the big leagues, Kevin McGonigal.
6th pitch of the at bat. Down the right field line in the corner. Off the top of the wall. Another extra base hit for McGonigal. Throw to second. Not in time. First 2 major league at-bats. 2 doubles for Kevin McGonigal. How about Kevin McGonigal?
Boy, showing how quick he is on those inside pitches.
He's already at 60 in the third. Works the count even. Cues it off the end of the bat. That's going to be a tough play for Bogaerts, and not in time.
I don't know if it's surprised is the right word, because McGonigal runs well, but he gets down that line really quick.
There's the bunt. That could be trouble as Petrie. No.
The center fielder is Blake Perkins. Perkins hitting 6th. Sal Frelick in right. Cooper Pratt is playing shortstop.
Wow. Old school D-backs jersey. This was our alternate jersey that we wore on Saturdays. I was the first team to wear the new colors. They called it Sedona Red. Don't mess up that color. Every time I wore this jersey, I would wear the high socks, black jersey, black hat. I just thought it was a really smooth look, and this is one that I'll never forget.
I believe this one's it's a rookie card, I know, but I feel like it's the first card that I ever.
Explosion of sweet cherry, zesty lime, and electric blue raspberry that all come blasting together for a seriously refreshing shot. Ignite your taste buds with the flavor of the summer. Get a Firework Freeze 5-hour energy shot today. For more information, visit 5hourenergy.com.
Help Northern Illinois Food Bank strike out hunger this season. For over 40 years, we've been hitting home runs by providing our neighbors with nutritious meals that help them thrive. But we need you to step up to the plate. Together, we can make a great team with a shared purpose. Don't wait for the perfect pitch. Visit solvehungertoday.org to strike out hunger now. That's solvehungertoday.org. We're hungry for purpose. Are you?
Corn isn't just grown here, it works here. Illinois corn is a real heavy hitter, leading the nation in output and driving a $148 billion economic impact statewide. From jobs and products to opportunities in communities across Illinois, corn keeps our economy moving season after season. From first pitch to the final out, corn delivers for Illinois. Learn more about our homegrown economy made possible with corn at watchuSgrow.org/corn.
Every team needs a closer. Injured? Dial Pound Law. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Proud partner of the Chicago Cubs. Morgan & Morgan, 332 South Michigan Avenue, Chicago.
It's game time. That makes it the perfect time for a flight by Yingling. Just 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, and packed with flavor. Flight is the next generation of light beer, the oldest brewery in America. Look for Flight wherever you buy beer. And Patrick, Pete getting that thunderous ovation, I think you'd call it that, here in Milwaukee. But the Cubs need a win today. Yesterday, game got away from them in the second half. Need to get off to a good start today.
And the Cubs now run 0-4 for the year against Milwaukee. So they're going to try to start balancing their books in that regard as we are ready for game 2. Pete Crow-Armstrong steps in to face the left-hander Kyle Harrison. We saw Harrison back in May, Ron. He was very impressive. May 20th, worked 7 innings, gave up just 2 hits. First pitch of the game is taken for a strike, and away we go. What's the plan against the left-hander, Kyle Harrison?
Well, I think, Harrison likes to, he attacks the strike zone. That's first and foremost.
Strike 2 call.
And he's going to throw a lot of fastballs. He's going to be a big percentage of pitches tonight are heaters. And he likes to pitch with the 4-seamer at the top of the zone. It's very straight, though, the fastball. He does have a sinker, but the 4-seamer very straight. You've got to get on top of that pitch with your hands if you're going to do any damage against it.
Next pitch low and inside for a ball, 1-2. Pete 0 for 3 last night. Saw his 14-game hitting streak come to an end. That was a career high. He'll try to crank up a new one tonight as he takes down Lowe. He also saw that long 27-game on-base streak come to a conclusion last night. That was also a career high for him. Here's the pitch, curve, loop foul off to the left out of play. Harrison 8-1 with a 2.50 ERA. He's a quick worker, comes right back. Here's a broken back ground ball toward the middle. The second baseman, Turang, will throw to first to get him. Turang took a very smart angle on that ball, gloved it, and had a relatively easy throw to make. One down.
Yeah, this guy's good. He's a good player. There's no doubt. Good defender. He comes in, gets this ball, and in one step, understanding who's running, gets rid of this ball in good shape and gets the first out of the ball game.
Here's Matt Shaw taking up and away for a ball. No score, just underway. Beautiful American Family Field. 400 to dead center. There's a strike, a backdoor bender. Down the lines, 342 to the corner and left. 337 to the foul pole and right. The alleys are very reachable. 371 left center, 374 right center. And the pitch, swing and a miss. And on nice summer nights, Ron, you feel like the ball carries pretty well here.
Yeah, I thought the ball carried very well here last night, and the roof was closed. It's a beautiful night out here. I would anticipate, just because there's no wind inside here, ball should really fly.
Shaw swings and misses, chased a high hard one. May have foul tipped it into the glove of Contreras. 2 down, no score. Top of the first, and the batter is Seiya Suzuki.
Yeah, that's the pitch for the Cubs hitters tonight, especially the righties. You've got to do your very best to stay off the one up out of the zone that's shoulder high and get him down in the zone.
First pitch outside to Suzuki. Harrison coming back 1-0 and misses inside. His control for the most part has been very good, and that's one reason he's been successful. For one thing, Ron, he has a 5-to-1 ratio of strikeouts to walks. That works. Here's the 2-0. Swing and a miss.
I think you mentioned something also that plays in his favor is his pace. He gets it and he throws it. I think that eliminates some of the second guessing when you're on the mound. I really do.
Swinging a foul off to the right, out of play.
You know, I'm kind of laboring, just thinking about over and over what I'm doing. What, you know, get it, throw it, get it, throw it, get the pitch called and throw it. I think he does that very well, and I think that has been something that has really helped him.
And many pitchers, Ron, as you say that. Here's the 2-2. Swinging a fly ball to left, backpedaling and making the catch is Churio on the edge of the warning track to end the inning. We'll get back to Kyle Harrison later. 3 up, 3 down after a half. Cubs, nothing.
Is lined and caught on a dive toward the line by Paredes.
Great play by Isak. Diving to his left is shortstop Walls. He gets up and throws him out. Tanner Walls wasting no time to turn a hit into an out.
Coming on Langford, and he makes a sliding catch. Nicely done.
Don't they know who's out there? Have they not watched Cody Bellinger?
Smoke to third and caught by Suarez. Wow, that was a rocket ride. To the track, Martin to the wall, jumps up. Austin Martin caught that ball.
And Osuna into a slide, makes the catch.
Good stab by Castro, spins around, throw to first. Well done, Willie.
Long way to go for Connor Norby, who made the over-the-shoulder grab.
Tremendous.
Up the middle, backhanded by Urias, stretched by Guerrero, they get him.
Oh, stopped by Palacios and the throw to first. Nice job there.
And he'll slide to make the catch.
Coming in, Michael Harris. He dives and he's got it. Great catch by Michael. That saves a run most likely.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back. Bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Supply. Savings compares one line of Xfinity Mobile Select to comparable plans from T-Mobile, Verizon, and AT&T as of 3/24/26. Fees extra. $30 monthly discount limited to new mobile customers only. After 12 months, regular rates apply.
Hey fans, why does flying Southwest Airlines from Chicago just make sense? Reliable, flexible, enjoyable. We're full of ibbles and obbles and proud of it.
No score, bottom of the first. David Peterson undoubtedly has some butterflies in his system right now. This is his Cubs debut. Former New York Met going to work on Jackson Chourio. Chourio 2 for 5 last night. Aggressive right-handed batter. Drives one to deep center. Trouble back is PCA. That is a home run. A home run to dead center on the very first pitch delivered by David Peterson. It's a home run for Chourio, and Milwaukee leads 1-0. Now, first pitch fastball to Chourio. It's in the middle of the plate, and it's about knee high, and he puts a charge into this one right over the 400-foot mark in straightaway center field. And the Brewers take the lead. Number 11 for Chourio. His 31st run batted in. And now Bryce Terang fouls it away. Peterson, 30 years old. His last game start against the Phillies back on the 21st of June. He worked 4 innings in that game, gave up 6 hits and 4 earned runs, and took the loss. Here's the next pitch, stroke foul by Terang to left. Zach pointed out something last night. I made a mistake, Ron. Pete Crow Armstrong had a base on balls late in the 8th inning last night to keep his consecutive on-base string alive. So I stand corrected even though I'm sitting down. Now, stand, sitting, we're back on track, that's all. Here's the 2-2, and it's low and outside for a ball.
First inning is powered by Invesco QQQ. They'll get us on track. Let's rethink possibility. Invesco Distributors Incorporated.
Terang hits one in the air to left center, playable for Pete Crow Armstrong, makes the catch. And that's going to be out number 2. Out number 1, rather. One away, a run in, 1-0 Milwaukee leads, in the batter William Contreras.
Contreras yesterday hit a long home run later in the game, and I mean a long one. This one cleared everything in left field and went out to the concourse. That's about as far as you're going to see a guy hit a ball to left field.
He's hitting 3rd in the order, and he really is one of the best hitting catchers in all of baseball. Hitting .306, 9 homers. He's driven in 50. Now the 0-1, a swing and a foul at the plate.
Speed Gun tonight powered by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that. Peterson gonna throw somewhere in the lower 90s. Good sinker, you know, and the thing that you're hoping for the Cubs, that pitch misses high, Pat, is that, you know, his ground ball rate is very good. That's his forte, is getting the ball on the ground. If he can do that, that's very good for the Cubs because they had a great defense in the infield.
Contreras takes inside. 2-2 on William. Some shadows on the field. Now the 2-2. Called strike 3. Contreras didn't like the call, but he's not going to challenge. Looked like a good backdoor breaking ball, and it hit that outside edge.
Yeah, right on the outside corner. Strike 3, good pitch. That's about as good as you can throw an off-speed pitch at the knees and the outside black.
Here's Andrew Vaughn. Vaughn, right-handed batter, former White Sox. He's had an unusual year run. It's a good year, but the numbers are a little surprising. He's hitting .342, among the best in all of baseball. A drive to right center, playable for Shaw, and he'll make the catch.
But Vaughn's power numbers for a cleanup man, not what you would expect. 2 home runs, 24 driven in.
Right, I would agree.
Brewers get a...
All right, Ryan, PSA dove in. Do we have them graded?
We do. This is the first set of graded cards from the 2024 Topps MLB Network set.
I'm so excited about this. Now, they all have the same grade, or?
No.
So one of us will be like the highest graded card.
Could be. There could be multiple.
Okay,
so first up, we got Mark DeRosa.
Let's see what D-Rose is. Of course, D-Rose a 10 out of 10. Handsome, athletic. All right.
This time can't get it, and neither could the fan. Boy, that's when you don't wear flip-flops.
Caminero strikes out, and the bat gets a 7.5 on the distance. But it's stuck to the landing.
That's poked in, that hits the umpire. The ball is in play, and it's a base hit for Frazier.
Roberto Ortiz did what he could to try and get out of the way, couldn't.
Took the wrong direction. He just didn't know which way to go.
Rays now chasing a 2-1 deficit as Johnny DeLuca comes up.
Hey, there's a shot. Well tagged off the bat of DeLuca. That baby is gone. And the Rays tie this on one swing of the bat from Johnny DeLuca. A rocket shot. It sounded good, looked even better.
That cleared the bullpen and went up into the second deck.
438 feet. Longest shot for DeLuca in his career.
Not a smidge of doubt. That ball was absolutely mashed.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Better. Hey, Cubs fans, make history with your business in the Village of Bedford Park. To learn more, contact Adam Colopy at ACOLLOPY@villageofbedfordpark.com.
The second inning is brought to you by Sea Glass Wines, delivering crisp, refreshing flavors that hit every time. Pat?
Alex Bregman will lead off this second inning and take a strike from Kyle Harrison. Quick worker comes back. Backdoor bender in for a strike.
That breaking ball to the right-handed hitter, when it starts out away, that's the one you got to hit, because it's going to end up coming back and end up, it's a backdoor hook, but it's going to come back either to the outer third or to the middle of the plate, and it's usually a good pitch to hit.
Bregman takes strike 3 called. Alex just did not look comfortable in that plate appearance, Ron.
No, he did not see. He took the 2 breaking balls, one inside that hit the corner, and then that backdoor hook that ended up coming back to the middle of the plate or outer third, and then he took the fastball.
1-0 Milwaukee. Here's a drive by Bush down the left field line, twisting toward the stands and out of play. The lineups are brought to you by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. 1-0 on a home run by Jackson Chourio. Plenty of Cub fans here. Sometimes when we've been here, it's been about a 50-50 partisan split. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be a strike. Fastball, kind of a delayed call by Hunter Wendelstedt. Vic Carapazza, the first base umpire. Edwin Moscoso at second. Nick Lentz at third. And now the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Fastball got him. Third strikeout for Harrison. And so far, Ronnie's picking up where he left off back on May 20th at Wrigley with that strong outing then.
Yeah, he's throwing the ball well. He kind of, for the left-handed hitter, he kind of crossfires you. So that makes it a little more difficult. And that's something the righties are going to have to really be ready for. That everything seems to be coming into you, so you really got to be ready to pull the ball against him, whether it be that hook that starts out away and comes in, or that crossfired fastball inside.
Nico Horner took a strike. Now Harrison fires. Nico takes another strike. The Cubs are just not picking him up right now. Uniform descriptions brought to you by Benjamin Moore. The 0-2 to Horner, low and away. Cubs wearing their traveling grays, gray shirts and trousers, red numbers on their backs, blue hats and helmets, sleeves and socks are also blue. And the 1-2 fouled away. Brewers in their home whites, blue shirts, kind of a turquoise color of blue, turquoise colored hats, yellowish white pants, not the white wedding cake white. Here's the 1-2. High fly ball to left in the corner. Long run for Churio. Churio in the corner will reach up. Did he make the catch? Yes, he did. He disappeared from view. That's why I had to hesitate. He had a long way to go to get to that ball, but he ran it down.
There's a shot deep to left, way back, kiss it, goodbye, home run for Andre Dawson. It's across the street, and the scramble is on.
And it looked like the mailman got it. Andre Dawson delivering the mail, and the mailman getting the baseball.
And you better not mess with the U.S. mail.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grid, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play, only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
/checking. Offer valid through October 30th, 2026. Member FDIC.
Shop Grand Appliance for expert advice, fast delivery, professional installation, and of course, the lowest prices every day on top brands like Samsung. Visit grandappliance.com for full details.
Book your roster spot at the Cubs Fantasy Camp at Sloan Park. Live the big league dream with Cubs alumni and pro instruction. Get full clubhouse access, play daily games, and a shot at a championship game on the main field. Visit Cubs.com/fantasycamp. Pat?
Okay, Zach, thank you. Bottom of inning number 2. Gary Sanchez did not play in the series opener. He's the DH for Milwaukee at the plate. Looping one into shallow right, might be trouble. That's going to fall in there for a base hit. It goes into foul territory, but it's going to be a single for Sanchez. He got jammed. That ball landed just fair with the right fielder Shaw and the second baseman Horner in pursuit. Neither man came close to catching it.
Yeah, it's a jam shot, and Sanchez, who does not run well at all, and this ball hits and then hits in fair territory and goes all the way to the side wall. No one close to it, but not a chance of taking second base.
It is a leadoff single. Blake Perkins, the batter. Perkins takes a strike. Wendelstedt, the umpire, has a habit of delaying his physical call. I'm guessing, Ron, he bellows out the call loudly enough for the ball players to hear it. Here's the 0-1 outside for a ball 1-1, but sometimes it's a full second or 2 seconds before he pumps out the right arm on a called strike.
Yeah, he definitely is a little slow with the physical call itself. Feel Like a Bosch prediction brought to you by Bosch Power Tools. Feel like a Bosch.
1-1 to Perkins, low and in.
I'm going to make a prediction today. And my Bosch prediction is the Cubs are going to hit at least 2 home runs in this ballgame today.
I like the way you're thinking, Ron. Here comes the 2-0. Driven in the air, right field. Playable for Shaw. Backpedaling near the track in right center, makes the catch. And that's out number 1. Retreating to first, Sanchez. Perkins retired. The batter is Sal Frelick.
That pitch up, starting inside, and just a routine semi-deep fly ball to right. Frelick got into the game later yesterday.
Bregman in shallow at third on the grass. Here's a liner right to Bregman, and he makes the catch. I just happened to notice how shallow he was, and he had to react quickly for that solid line drive the other way by the left-handed batter Frelick.
Yeah, Frelick lets this ball get in on him a little bit, but puts the barrel right on it. And I've often said the hardest play for a third baseman is when that left-handed hitter slices that bullet at you and you're playing even with the bag or in.
Cooper Pratt takes a strike. What are some of the reasons?
Well, you just don't pick the ball up as well because the ball gets deep, and then the swing is so short and quick for you to hit the ball sharply that way. It's just a tough reaction play.
1 ball and 1 strike now on Pratt. I've also heard infielders talk about balls getting lost in the stands, in the white shirts of fans seated in the box seats. Ron, here's a ground ball to Bregman. He'll go to second. There's the force. That's the inning. No runs from Milwaukee. They leave 1. We go to inning number 3. It's the Brewers 1.
I was so inspired by what you were making that I want to do my own all-star ballpark bite, but I'm thinking we take some of that brisket that you make, and I'm going to do like a little slider. Got the pepper jack cheese, some American, get it going with some of the barbecue sauce that you have, that spicy, delicious one, and then caramelized onions. Make like a little sandwich. We cool?
Sound like a plan.
I think we did good.
Oh, thank you.
Thank
Great.
you.
Thanks, Chef.
You know, sitting beside Mike in the clubhouse, he's a huge card guy. Just watching him go through boxes and boxes of cards, I kind of got a little bit of the edge. You rip a pack and you just kind of get what you get and see what you see.
Yeah, so see what we got. Jose Ramirez.
Ready for Alta.
Look at this one here, Joe. This is...
Oh yeah, keep that off to the side right there. Man, you got a rock, paper, scissors.
Go against him.
1 of 25, Andrew McCutchen. This is absolutely beautiful. That is fantastic.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Reliable, flexible, enjoyable. We're full of ibbles and obbles and proud of it.
Ian Happ's on deck for the Cubs. Who's on deck is sponsored by TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit timbertech.com. Pat?
Cubs are due for a rally. Let's see if this third inning brings one. Ian Happ first up. He will take a strike. Happ hitting 7th in the order today. Don't recall him hitting that low in too many games, if any. He'll take a strike, 0-2.
Yeah, I think it's the left-right thing with the lefty on the mound and hitting right-handed. I think when he hits left-handed, he'll be up in that top probably 4th spot.
Curveball is low.
Defensive alignment sponsored by Fitzgerald Equipment. Material handling handled. Learn more at FitzgeraldEquipment.com. Playing Ian just a touch around towards right center, maybe a step or two in the middle of the diamond by the center fielder Perkins.
Happ swings and misses, strike 3. 4th strikeout for Kyle Harrison. He's only faced 7 batters and fanned more than half of them. 1-0 Milwaukee. The difference, a home run by Churio in the first inning. And here's Carson Kelly. All of the infield now is in the shade, and so is right field. Center field is in the sun. And again, we're playing outdoors with the roof open tonight. Most of left field is shaded. Left center is in the sun partially. Now the 0-1. Spanked foul off to the right, off the bat of Carson Kelly.
Pat, we got some friends in the booth today. Brian Hurry, the head baseball coach from Mount Carmel High School, who's a longtime friend of mine, and John Maley's. And then he's got all his boys from Hegwish here tonight. So we got the whole neighborhood is here. How's Milwaukee still standing, boys? Are we okay?
Kelly takes outside. It's 1-2 on Carson.
And all but one guy were Cub fans, and they left. They made him stay out in the seats. Yeah.
2-2 on Kelly. Here's the pitch by Harrison. Bounce to third. A charging Ortiz makes a running throw to first to get him. And that's out number 2. Cubs still have not had a man reach base against Harrison. Harrison's been good this year, Ron, at keeping the ball in the park. Giving up a home run for every 9 innings of work. You can live with that.
Yeah, that's a definite. There's no doubt about that.
His ERA 2.50. And this can be a very tough park to pitch in, especially when you get to the summer months. The ball really carries here.
I think you brought up a point earlier in the ball game. You know, early in the season when it's cold here in the Midwest, this roof stays closed. You don't lose games, but you don't play in tough conditions. So this ballpark is not a very big ballpark, as you brought up to start. The gaps are shallow. Center field at 400 is reachable. And the lines aren't very long. So, I mean, it can be a challenge to pitch here. And, so to have really good numbers here in Milwaukee as a pitcher, that's saying something.
Swanson swings and misses. Seems like in the summer you see a lot of home runs out near that left center field bullpen area. It's about 371 to the wall, but the ball just seems to jump in that part of this yard.
Yeah, I don't know if it has anything to do with some of the windows being open or what like some of this, the way the park is configured, but you're right. The ball has always carried very well to left center.
Outside 2-2 to Dansby. Swanson 0 for 4 last night after that incredible series in New York in which he drove in 15 runs against the Mets in the series. Curveball is outside, 3-2. And when's the last time you saw a number 9 hitter lead his team in RBIs?
Yeah, how about that?
Dansby takes strike 3 call. Cubs have done absolutely nothing against Kyle Harrison. 3 perfect innings. He has struck out 5. We go to the bottom.
Hank Greenberg helped popularize the first baseman's mitt, holding a massive 13-inch pocketed glove. That was quickly banned, reducing the maximum size to 12 inches. Paul Richards also developed a black hole-sized catcher's mitt. This ginormous thing, measuring 42 inches in circumference, was known as Big Bertha, or the elephant, for its massive size. It was swiftly outlawed as well.
Breaking ball lined into the gap in right center and in for a hit.
And that was a botch of what should have been a single.
It sure was.
Went right off the heel of Teoscar Hernandez's glove when he boxed it.
I mean, Torkelson threw a baby overhand. He couldn't catch it.
How about that? First ball to the rookie making his major league debut. He loses it in the sun.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Savings. See the new Toyota on Edens or ToyotaOnEdens.com.
Bottom three, Brewers leading the Cubs 1-0 here in Milwaukee, where it's sunny and 72 degrees. Time and temperature sponsored by Circus Sports. Sports betting the way it should be with no bet fees. Pat?
Joey Ortiz lines one over Horner's head. Base hit. Shallow right center. Ortiz the leadoff single. 1-0 Milwaukee leading. Back to the top of the order for Jackson Chourio. And the youngster that was part of the group here, Ron, just a minute ago, he came down and was kind of watching what we were doing. And as he left, he said, "Someday I'm going to be a baseball broadcaster."
How about that?
Everyone's after our jobs.
Yeah, I you know, he sat in my chair. I thought I was out, and he was in. It's a good thing he's only like 9.
Jackson Chourio chops it foul. That's fun, though, to have kids in the booth, because I remember I was that kind of a kid. Time you had a chance to sneak into a clubhouse or a broadcast booth or any place where you shouldn't be, that was me.
Well, you had a great story about you sneaking into the clubhouse at Candlestick and going in and ended up being the Cubs clubhouse, right?
It was
against the Cubs, the visiting clubhouse, wasn't it?
It was a Sunday afternoon, about 1966. I would have been 10 or 11. And we had always tried to get into the clubhouses and always got ushered away by the security guards. Get lost, kids. You don't have any business here. Beat it. Okay, sir, and thanks for being so friendly. 1 and 2 on Jackson Chourio. Well, they were just doing their jobs. I'm kidding. Here's the
kinda,
sort of, yes. 1-2. Bounce to short. Swanson. He'll go to second. There's 1, and that's all. Dansby had trouble getting a grip on the ball, and that's why they get only 1. But we snuck in one day, and one of the first people we saw was the great Arnie Banks, and he said, "How you doing, boys?" I was with my older brother John. "How you doing, boys?" And he shook our hand, and they had always said he had that strong grip. They weren't kidding. But he was so friendly, and it was just great to see his smile. And then we started wandering around, and we saw Leo DeRocher across the way. He didn't look real friendly. So we kind of went the other way.
Yeah, that was a good read. Yep.
I did see Ron Santo, and that would have been a great story later since he and I were broadcast partners for 15 years. But he looked huge. I mean, his uniform was so tight. I thought, now that's a strong human being right there. That's how he can hit all those home runs and play third base. But we didn't really meet Ron. The one guy we did meet and talk to, much longer than he would have preferred, I'm sure, Billy Williams.
Oh, yeah.
We knew all these guys from baseball cards and watching games on TV and reading Sport Magazine and Sports Illustrated. But Billy couldn't have been nicer. Here's the 1-2. And they had been on television the day or two before, and I said, "Hey, I saw you against Don Drysdale. What's it like?" You know the questions that a kid would ask. What's it like facing Sandy Koufax? And Billy was very nice. It's not a whole lot of fun, I'll tell you, kids. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Curveball just inside for a ball. And then finally, Billy, we were there a good, I'd say, 3 or 4 minutes, and just peppering him with all kinds of questions, and he was very patient. And after about 3 or 4 minutes, he said, "Hey, who are you guys with?" And the honest answer would have been absolutely no one.
Yeah.
And Billy says, well, how'd you get in? Well, we just kind of snuck in.
Told the truth.
And then we kind of moseyed on and left. But at no time did he say, hey, security, get rid of these guys.
Yeah.
They don't belong. No, he was nice. And he's always been one of our favorite people and players ever since then.
Yeah, and he has never changed, you know, from being he was one of my coaches. He was our first base coach with the Cubs when I played here in 01. From day one, the first time I ever met Billy till today, he has always been just a great, great guy. A big smile.
The runner goes, swing and a miss, throw to second base, high throw. And they got him out at third. A trick play by Dansby Swanson. He pulled the trick play. He caught the throw from the catcher, Kelly, and acted like the ball was in center field. And the runner fell for it.
Rays now chasing a 2-1 deficit as Johnny DeLuca comes up.
Hey, there's a shot. Well tagged off the bat of DeLuca. That baby is gone. And the Rays tie this on one swing of the bat from Johnny DeLuca. A rocket shot. It sounded good, looked even better.
That cleared the bullpen and went up into the second deck.
438 feet. Longest shot for DeLuca in his career.
Not a smidge of doubt. That ball was absolutely mashed.
Is lined and caught on a dive toward the line by Paredes.
Great play by Esau. Diving to his left is shortstop Walls. He gets up and throws him out. Tanner Walls wasting no time to turn a hit into an out.
Coming on Langford, and he makes a sliding catch. Nicely done.
Don't they know who's out there? Have they not watched Cody Bellinger?
Smoke to third and caught by Suarez. Wow, that was a rocket ride.
To the track, Martin to the wall, jumps up. Austin Martin caught that ball.
And Osuna into a slide, makes the catch.
Good stab by Castro, spins around, throw to first. Well done, Willie.
Long way to go for Connor Norby, who made the over-the-shoulder grab.
Tremendous.
Up the middle, backhanded by Urias. Stretch by Guerrero, they get him.
Oh, stopped by Palacios and the throw to first. Nice job there.
And he'll slide to make the catch. Coming in, Michael Harris. He dives and he's got it. Great catch by Michael. That saves a run most likely.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
I'm in Illinois. Download your new bookie today at circasports.com. Make your house a home with premium paints and stains from Benjamin Moore. Achieve long-lasting color and beauty with Aura, Regal Select, and Ben for interiors. Or protect your exteriors with Element Guard and new Woodlux exterior stains. Available exclusively at locally owned Benjamin Moore stores. Their high-quality products ensure a flawless finish every time. Ready to start your next project? Visit BenjaminMoore.com to find a retailer near you. Benjamin Moore. See the love.
Save time every time for a great haircut. Just download the Great Clips app or check in online at greatclips.com. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
Fourth inning for the Cubs. Fouls one away. They count 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Third inning was brought to you by Consumers Credit Union. People in your corner who stand up for you wherever you go. Consumers Credit Union.
Churio out on a very unusual 2-6-5 play. Pete Armstrong swings and misses, strike 3. 10 straight set down by Kyle Harrison at the start of the game. And that is already his 6th strikeout.
Yeah, so far here in the early going, it really hasn't been. Guys are having a tough time picking up the ball against Harrison. Coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth, proud partner of the Chicago Cubs.
Matt Shaw will take outside for a ball. The scoring is going to be 2-6-5. Churio cut down. Give him a stolen base. Going first to second, and then he's thrown out. Dansby made a leaping catch of a high throw. He knew they would not have a chance to tag the runner at second, but he went into acting mode and he put on a show, kind of hung his head and made sure not to let the runner see the ball at any time. It was in his glove, and he was hiding. His body was blocking the view of the runner, if that makes sense. And then all of a sudden, the runner took off. Chourio left second and ran to third, and Dansby was probably almost chuckling as he made the throw over to third base.
Yeah, he just lobbed it over to third, and, you know, Bregman just catches the ball, and Chourio's like, how do you have the ball?
Yeah. Are there two balls in play? Here's a bouncing ball, base hit up the middle. Matt Shaw gets the Cubs' first hit of the game. He becomes their first base runner of the game. Cubs trail 1-0 in the fourth, and the batter is Seiya Suzuki.
Pitch up and in the middle of the plate. Matty aggressively just shoots this ball right back through the middle. And like we talked about, that high fastball, you got to get on top of that high fastball. And he did just that and hit a bullet back through the middle.
Suzuki will look at a ball outside. Sometimes that first hit run has a way of calming down everyone and relaxing everybody, and soon the second, third, and fourth hits come much quicker. Now the pitch on the way. It's in there for a strike. This guy's control has been very impressive.
Yeah, he has been around the edges of the zone. I don't think the hitters have picked up the breaking ball very well yet. And he is cross-firing the fastball. Whether it's in the middle, inside to the righties. Righties are giving up on that pitch thinking it's inside. And then it's on the inside corner.
Throw to first, chasing Shaw back. Suzuki drove in both Cub tallies last night with a home run and a sac fly. Cubs are down by a run. We're in the fourth inning. The runner goes. The pitch lifted to right. Pretty well hit. Back toward the wall is Frelick. That ball is gone. Seiya Suzuki goes opposite field. Cubs lead 2-1.
2 home runs in 2 days for Suzuki Oppo. The pitch yesterday was a slider from Mizorowski down and away, and he hit it to right center, a long home run. This pitch is just away, and he just puts the barrel of the bat on it. And to your point, what you were talking about earlier, the ball can really carry when it gets warm here, and that ball just kept carrying and just ended up landing about 10 feet over the right field wall.
Bregman, the batter. Alex will take outside for a ball. Cubs lead 2-1 here in the fourth inning. And Bregman will look at a strike. And it's pretty obvious, Ron, that there are a whole lot of Cub fans in attendance, judging by their reaction. I know we've had games here in pennant race situations where there were more Cub fans than Milwaukee. Usually it's right around 50-50.
Yep. I think what the Milwaukee organization has done is tried to stop that from people here in Milwaukee selling their tickets to Cub fans.
Bregman pops it up. It's caught in foul territory by Vaughn. 2 down, the batter, Michael Busch.
But I think they've tried to implement some things so, you know, the fans don't all just sell their seats, and it ended up being a 50-50, almost a home game for the Cubs.
Michael Busch will take a pitch down low. Busch, a strikeout victim his first time. And a pitch in there for a called strike. Cubs lead 2-1, trying to get even in the series. Trying to beat these Brewers for the first time in 5 tries. And if you're thinking about winning a division title, and that's always on the Cubs' mind, you've got to start beating this team that has won 3 straight division titles.
There's no doubt. Everything that you're doing in for the Cubs has to be to combat what this Brewers club has done, and that is win each year for 3 straight years. So you got to go through Milwaukee if you think you're going to win this division.
3-1 on Bush. Let's see if Michael gets something to hammer. He takes down low for ball 4. And the inning continues for Nico Horner.
Pitch just down. I think it was a little change just down below the zone.
Bush not a real adventuresome base stealer. He will be held on by Vaughn. We're going to play the Benny's Beverage Depot attendance game. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
Now Zach was really pushing the attendance game on you. I saw he came all the way down to the first row. He must have an inside track on today's game. That's my take.
Certainly wouldn't be the first.
Yeah.
Horner waits for the lefty Harrison. And the pitch on the way. There is a strike. Cubs leadoff man, as always, also brought to you by Benny's Beverage Depot. If a leadoff hitter gets a base hit, Benny's donates $200 to service dog charities. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking. And the next pitch in there for a strike, 0-2. Zach, if you're ready, go right ahead.
41,000.
You were ready. Here's a ground ball to third. Fair ball, going to be a tough play. They're not going to get him. Yes, they did get him. The Cubs might challenge the call. It looked to me like Nico beat the throw. And let's see. Yeah, Craig Counsell says we're gonna challenge this.
Yeah, this little check swing by Nico, and I think Nico thought this ball was going to go foul, and then it ends up staying in the infield grass and stays fair. It's actually a pretty nice play by Ortiz at third to even make this play close, but Nico got kind of a slow break out of the box, but can really run. And let's see here as we're getting a shot on our monitors, and it's very close, but I think he's going to be safe at first. Hey, Vaughn did a good job of really stretching out to try to get to this ball. You can hear the Cub fans all yelling safe.
Overturned.
Yep.
Runner is safe. Chicago retains.
Well, you look down the left field line, upper decks, lower deck. There are a lot of Cub fans here.
The call is overturned. Base hit for Horner. Bush at second. Cubs lead 2-1. Suzuki hit a 2-run homer earlier in the inning. And here's Ian Happ to try to do some damage. Ian swings and misses. Lights beginning to have some effect, not much, but a little. Playing outdoors on this Saturday night. Here's a looper foul out of play, 0-2. Cubs need a win also to keep their road record above 500. 21-21 in road games so far this year. Here's the 0-2, dribbled foul. The better teams, Ron, always have a decent road record. Maybe not a great road record, but it's at least right around 500.
Right. Yep. If you can do that and then do your job like you're supposed to at home, you're going to be a playoff team.
Two strikes on Ian Happ, batting right-handed. Bush leads at second. Horner away from first. And now the lefty Harrison set and deals. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Cubs get 2 on the home run by Suzuki. We go to the bottom of the fourth inning. Cubs 2, Brewers 1. This is the score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Cubs fans, it's Pete Crow Armstrong. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs.
Santiago and the plate umpire Joe West waiting, and West is saying throw the ball. So Joe's putting a little heat on Mondesi. Look at this. How do you like that? Strike. And he hadn't come up to the plate yet. Oh, here comes Lasorda. And Joe West, Cowboy Joe West, has just lassoed Raul Mondesi.
I feel like food and sharing a meal with someone is a universal language. You can't go to a ballpark and not have a nice hot dog. So if I'm at the ballpark, I'm gonna get a nice heavy glizzy. You gotta have chili on there, you gotta have cheese. If your hot dog isn't bending in the middle because it's like about to fall apart, then you're not doing it right. So you gotta have a glizzy and then something cold, whatever it is, beer, lemonade. You gotta have something cold to wash that hot dog down with.
The first thing people realize is the history of Montgomery, and that history is real. So while that history is in the past, it also helps us move forward in a positive way.
Just like a lot of other of the 120 minor league teams, the baseball is not what we do, right? The Tampa Bay Rays do a phenomenal job of sending amazing athletes here, and we let them handle the baseball, and we handle everything outside the line.
Club Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app. Save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. Bottles on the board. The Astros an 8-6 winner over the Tigers. Red Sox beat the Yankees 4-1. It was the Rangers 7, Blue Jays 4. The Reds outslug the Pirates 9-7. Brandon Lau with a 3-run home run for Pittsburgh. The Mets a 6-2 winner over the Phillies. A.J. Ewing had the go-ahead 2-run single. And the White Sox walk it off against the Royals 2-1. Pat?
William Contreras, right-handed batting catcher, leads it off. He was at the plate when Churio was caught stealing. Contreras showing bunt, takes low and inside, ball 3. Cubs just took the lead in the top of the inning. 2-run home run by Suzuki. David Peterson trying to hold on to that lead now. And the 3-0 is a strike. You know, Peterson would love to get a win in his Cubs debut.
There's no doubt about that.
The 3-1 lifted to right, shallow, playable. Shaw angling over toward the line. 1 down. The night started on a very sour note for David Peterson. His first pitch in the first inning to Jackson Churio was drilled over the center field fence for a home run, but really that's the only damage that they've done against him.
Yeah, they've got 3 hits in the game. Sanchez was a little bloop. Ortiz just a simple base hit. You know, yeah, that was the one swing. Other than that, things gone pretty good.
Pass along an ID after Vaughn bats. There's a strike. 10 for ID right here. In fact, this is the score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Talk Cubs on Rahimi Harrison Grody, middays 10 a.m. to 2 on 104.3 The Score. This is the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network, WSCR, WSCR FM, and HD1 Chicago.
The 1-1 is in there for a strike. 1-2 on Vaughn. 1 away, 4th inning. Cubs on top, 2-1. Vaughn flied to right his first time. Andrew Vaughn will take outside for a ball, 2-2. Zach has made a dramatic appearance down to the front row. There's a foul off to the right, out of play. He's very quick pointing out things. Do you know what he said or what he wants us to do?
I try not to look. No, he wants us to make our guesses in the attendance game.
Is that it, Zach?
I think he's feeling a little frisky with his guests tonight. So,
well, who was the winner last night?
Zach.
3-2 pitch, bounce to third to his left. Bregman gloves it, plants the feet, makes the throw, gets him. I like his footwork over at third.
Yeah, he really knows what he's doing, playing third base. And, and that's the time clock that that internal clock you have as you're an infielder, of understanding how long you have to get rid of a ball and understanding who's hitting or who's on the bases. And I think Bregman is very, very good.
Curveball down low to Gary Sanchez.
Now, would you like to make your guess, or do you
Sure.
want me to make mine?
Sure. 41-0-1-4. And the 1-0 pitch is in there for a strike. So 4-1-0-1-4. How about you, Ron?
I will make mine.
Line drive, backhanded catch by Bush. Nice play. Bush playing well off the line, reaching with a long backhanded reach to take that base hit away from Sanchez. 3 up, 3 down. Peterson pitching.
Ashcraft with 10 strikeouts and no walks.
And he was as sharp as can be. Slider, curveball, fastball, a couple changeup, splits mixed in there. Everything was working for Braxton Ashcraft this evening.
Mookie Betts to start the second for the Dodgers against Joe Ryan. Drives this ball to deep left center field. Larnach going back at the track at the wall. Goodbye. 399 feet, 300 home runs for Mookie Betts' career.
That is incredible. His 4th career pinch hit home run. And the Cardiac Kids come back again.
Here's the man of the hour right there, number 7, Dansby Swanson. What a day.
Dansby Swanson, the first player in Cubs franchise history with 3 straight 4+ RBI games.
It is out of here! And this game is over!
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Electric car, Consumers Credit Union delivers competitive rates and flexible terms. Join the people in your corner at myconsumers.org. Federally insured by NCUA.
Carson Kelly digs in for the top of the 5th. Kyle Harrison deals, and Kelly swings and misses at a fastball from Harrison. 0-1. Cubs with a 2-1 lead over the Brewers. It's the middle game of this 3-game set here in Milwaukee. Spiegel and Holmes talk Cubs baseball and Chicago sports every weekday from 2 to 6 on 104.3 The Score and the Odyssey app. As Kelly looks at a ball off the outside, a slurve that missed from the left-hander Harrison, who works on the first base side of the rubber. High leg kick and pitch. High and outside as he misses with a fastball. 2-1 now on Kelly. You mentioned this earlier, that Harrison has found success switching sides on the rubber as he works his motion and deals. The 2-1. Kelly swings and misses at a fastball. 2-2.
Yeah, so he's moved from the third base side of the rubber, or the middle, to the far first base side of the rubber.
And now the pitch. Kelly hits a high fly ball. Routine center field, right under it. Perkins, he makes the catch. Kelly's retired, 1 away.
So, and I think what happens for different guys is you have to experiment, and when things aren't going right, you got to experiment with different things. Hitters do it, pitchers do it. You know, sometimes what you do well and then let's say what you don't do well, and you try to get better. Sometimes moving on the rubber forces you to do something a little different, and it might be beneficial. Like for Harrison, really get out and finish his fastball. And what he's doing now is he's crossfiring that fastball like the last one he just threw to Dansby, who hooked foul. Counts 0-1, but, you know, he's getting that ball inside.
Now Harrison misses outside with a changeup. 1-1 on Swanson.
And then the other thing it does is it makes the breaking ball left on left much more of a sweeping pitch, and it does bore in on the right-handed hitter.
The 1-1. Dansby taps it foul off to the left. 1-2 the count on the Cubs shortstop.
So to me, I mean, that's one of the things, you know, that we see right away. You know, they've talked about him speeding up his tempo in between pitches. Boy, he gets it and he's ready to throw, that's for sure.
Here comes the 1-2. Dansby fouls it back off to the right, out of play. They'll do it again. Harrison has always been highly touted. The Brewers really the first team to harness his skills. Remember, he was part of the San Francisco-Boston trade with Rafael Devers last year as Swanson fouls this breaking ball back. 1-2.
Yeah, but you look at the numbers he's putting up this year, and you know that ERA that he's featuring, you know, was in the, what was it, starting the ball game, mid-2s?
Yeah, 2.50.
So 2.50, and that's with a game in Las Vegas. That was a 14-13 game that he gave up an 8 spot in 2 2/3 in that bandbox of a park in Vegas. So you take that away, he's in the high 1s ERA for the season. Pretty good.
Last pitch, breaking ball low. So 2-2 the count on Swanson.
So for all practical purposes, Milwaukee has a 1-2 in their rotation. Neither guy really has more than a 2 ERA.
That's incredible.
Right? I mean, now you wonder why they're got 50 wins right now. You know, you got a couple guys that are dominating the league.
Swanson swings and pops it up. Foul out of play just to the right of us behind the plate. It's a full count with Dansby at the plate. 1 down here in the top of the 5th. Cubs with a 2-1 lead over the Brewers. A first out sponsored by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that. Here's the 3-2. Swanson swings and misses. Strike 3. Harrison gets him with a fastball. 2 away here in the top of the 5th, and it'll bring up Pete Crow Armstrong.
6 punch out of the game in the first half of the ball game for Harrison. Coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth, proud partner of the Chicago Cubs. Now, this is the 3rd time through the lineup. That's always one of the things that the analytics guys talk about to see how the Cubs do this 3rd time through.
Pete Crow Armstrong swings and misses at a 96-mile-per-hour heater on the outside edge near the top of the zone. Count is 0-1. PCA's 0 for 2, a ground out and a strikeout. Crow Armstrong hitting .385 during his 28-game on-base streak. Here's the 0-1. That's up high. Fastball that missed. 1-1. Lefty-lefty matchup. Harrison peers in, gets the sign from Contreras and deals. And fires a bullseye for a strike. 1-2. 95-mile-per-hour heater. Crow Armstrong overall on the year hitting at .282. 17 home runs, 45 RBIs. And he's also got 18 steals. Now the pitch. In the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
That was a pretty good take by Pete, even though the pitch is well off the plate, away and down. The body movement, the head movement, very minimal with 2 strikes. That's a good sign for Pete.
The next pitch is dribbled foul behind the plate. 2-2. It's been fun watching the maturation of Pete Crow Armstrong as a hitter. The 2-2 delivery is low, so Pete's worked a full count. Harrison's ready. Here's the payoff pitch. calls. Strike three. Fastball clocked at 96 miles per hour. Right down the middle at the bottom of the zone. Crow Armstrong not happy, but that ends the top half of the fifth inning. Middle five, Cubs 2, Brewers 1 on the score. And the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Cubs fans, it's Alex Bregman. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Honey, did you invite the Minions over?
You could describe Tulsa as a big, small town or a small, big city.
Tulsa is a very mixed city of arts and film and sports. I mean, it's a true melting pot of all kinds of things.
Professional baseball in Tulsa, it's actually older than the state of Oklahoma.
It's nice to play in front of, fans that you see on a daily basis.
Well hit to right center. Michael's on the run, turns his back to the infield and bobbled it and then kicked it up into the stands for a home run. He bobbled it and flipped it into the stands.
You can see total desolation there after he realizes what he did. Oh, no.
Unbelievable.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way, with real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
First 5,000 early arriving fans aged 13 and younger will receive a Clark the Cub building block set presented by Southwest Airlines. Be sure to arrive early. Bottom of the fifth inning. Blake Perkins at the plate and takes a slider off the outside. The next pitch is drilled deep into right center field. Crow Armstrong racing over. This will drop in and one hop the wall. Perkins cruises into second base with a stand-up double.
Now this ball well struck in right center. This ball, I think a two-seamer away and kind of stays kind of flat, and just Perkins just hammers this ball into the gap. Cubs cut it off. Perkins runs well. Cubs got that ball in a hurry. So let's see if Peterson can leave Perkins stranded out there at second base. Got to watch Frelick now. He would bunt. Cubs are playing the corners in. He could pull it, push it. See what he tries to do here.
Peterson delivers and a line drive base hit to left. Ball quickly fielded by Happ around third, racing home. Perkins, the throw cut off. And the Brewers tie up the ball game. RBI single, Sal Frelick the other way. 2-2 Cubs and Milwaukee here in the fifth.
That's one of those situations. The Cubs defense all over the place, not really in their normal positions. And Frelick doesn't try to kill this ball. He just lets this ball carry. And I think the Cubs and Peterson were expecting a bunt. And he just kind of played pepper with the shortstop position and shot one in the left to drive in a run.
Now the batter, Cooper Pratt, right-handed hitting shortstop. The pitch by Peterson misses low. Sinking fastball, 1-0. Peterson has an excellent pickoff move. Frelick with good speed, 6 steals this year, being held on by Bush. Lefty-righty matchup. Peterson checks first and deals. And a swing and a miss by Pratt, 1-1.
Frelick with next to no lead at first base. For a guy that can run, I mean, he's one step and touch the base, basically, at first. That's very short lead.
The pitch. Low and inside. 2 balls and a strike. A changeup from Peterson that missed. There's a big hole on the right side of the infield with Bush holding on Frelick and Horner up the middle to the right of second. Peterson checks first, sets up high. The kick and pitch. Pratt fouls it out of play off to the right second deck here at American Family Field.
All opponents' pitching changes are sponsored by Sloan. the official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs, leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Learn more at Sloan.com.
There is activity in the Cubs bullpen. Right-hander Tyler Ferguson has started warming up. Ferguson called back up to the Cubs prior to the ball game today, with Hobie Milner placed on the injured list. The 2-2. Pratt grounds one on the right side, fielded by Horner. The flip to second, Swanson to first, double play. 4-6-3. There was nothing easy about that one, but 2 down.
Nico has to go hard to his left, fields this ball and turns back, and with an overhand throw, and turns inside, not, moving, like around. He turns back inside towards the infield, and then an overhand throw, which usually never has a good result, hits Dansby right on the bag. Perfect play by the Cubs infield. Great throw, and the Cubs turn a pair.
Joey Ortiz at the plate, and he looks at ball one, a curveball off the outside.
Whenever I see an infielder turn into the infield on that left side and have to throw back to the bag, usually never has a good result. And Nico put that one right on Dansby's chest. The Cubs turn the pair.
Another pitch misses off the outside. This one a changeup, 2-0 to Ortiz as Peterson is working quickly. The next pitch outside again, 3-0.
Now that defense for the Cubs, that's what, the Cubs and Tommy Hotovy are going to hope, that you can get Peterson back on track here throwing the baseball.
Called strike, fastball from Peterson, 3-1.
Because now today we have not seen a lot of ground balls. That hasn't happened. But when he is right, he's a ground ball guy and an extreme ground ball guy. And if the Cubs can get him back to that guy, he's going to have a lot of success with this infield that the Cubs feature.
Peterson faces home plate with Ortiz in the box, and the 3-1. A chopper up the middle, charging Swanson, fielding Beltine, running through to first in time to get to Speedy Ortiz, out number 3. That ends the 5th inning, but not before the Brewers tie it up on the ribby single by Frelick. 2-2 Cubs and Brewers. And as we head.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Vargas 1 for 3, 1-0.
Vargas hits it deep to left center. This one's got some carry, and it's gone. Eldemaro Vargas gets one back. Well, you're the DH. You're supposed to be the hitter, and he's been hitting a single and a run scored in the second, and a 2-out homer, the 7th, his first of the year. That went 431 feet.
109 miles an hour off the bat. That's a momentum breaker right there.
He's the ultimate argument for the 26-man roster.
You can describe Tulsa as a big, small town or a small, big city.
Tulsa is a very mixed city of arts and film and sports. I mean, it's a true melting pot of all kinds of things.
Professional baseball in Tulsa, it's actually older than the state of Oklahoma.
It's nice to play in front of, fans that you see on a daily basis.
And it is officially Tuesday. You wouldn't be able to tell in the stands because.
And so reliable. In fact, the Wall Street Journal ranked us #1, first on U.S. Airlines. I guess the answer to who's on first is Southwest Airlines, official airline of your Chicago Cubs. Based on WSJ's 2025 rankings, see southwest.com/WSJ.
Ready to buy your dream car? Look to Consumers Credit Union for competitive rates and flexible terms. Join the people in your corner at myconsumers.org. Federally insured by NCUA.
Matt Shaw is on deck for the Cubs. Who's on Deck is sponsored by TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit timbertech.com. Getting set for the top half of the 6th inning here at American Family Field in Milwaukee. Cubs 2, Brewers 2. And the Brewers have a new man on the mound. Right-hander Chad Patrick takes over for the starter Kyle Harrison. So righty-righty matchup with Shaw at the plate. First pitch on the way. And Shaw looks at a sinker for strike, 0-1. So the final line on Harrison, Coombe, 5 innings, 2 runs on 3 hits, 1 walk, 9 strikeouts. But you removed him from the game.
Yeah, the Cubs help run his pitch count up.
Shaw swings and pops it foul out of play off to the right, 0-2.
As his pitch count got to 92 pitches to finish that 5th inning, so that's a plus for the Cubs. See if they can get to this Milwaukee bullpen now.
Shaw's 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored. He was along for the ride on the Seiya Suzuki 2-run home run in the 4th. Suzuki on deck. Shaw waits for the 0-2. Patrick deals. Shaw swings and lines one foul out of play off to the right, second deck.
Let's see what's on tap here in the 6th inning, sponsored by Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. Well, what was on flight for the Cubs so far is a 2-run bomb by Suzuki. Straight right field, a high deep fly ball that just carried out of the ballpark by Seiya. That pitch fouled off by Shaw off to the right, but Seiya 2 home runs in the last 2 games. He's been the offense for the Cubs here in Milwaukee.
Yeah, 2 RBIs last night, 2 more here in this one. So 0-2 the count on Shaw. Patrick deals. Shaw fouls it back off the screen. You know what I just realized? We have yet to get your guess in the Vinny's Beverage Depot attendance game.
41,200.
All right, so we're all in the same area. May the best man win. Shaw digs in, waits for the 0-2. Patrick with the kick and pitch, and Shaw swings and misses. Did he foul that one off the glove? There seems to be some confusion here.
It's foul ball, and Contreras was trying to say he caught it and was taking it out of the glove. That's not the case. He never really had control of it. And you've got to control the ball, and he was moving with it with the glove, bringing it to his hand, but never did control the ball.
Right, let's see if Shaw can take advantage here. The 0-2. A ground ball hit to third, fielded on a chest-high hop by Ortiz. Throw across in time to get a speedy Shaw. 1 away.
Little two-seamer after going up in the zone with a few pitches, and that one looked like a little sinker. And Matty shot that ball right down into the ground.
All opponent pitching changes are sponsored by Sloan, the official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Learn more at sloan.com. So now Seiya Suzuki digs in. Righty-righty matchup. Patrick deals. Seiya swings and misses at a cutter. 0-1. Who mentioned moments ago, Suzuki blasted a home run the other way to straight right his last time up. At the time, it gave the Cubs a 2-1 lead. Now the game tied at 2 with 1 down here in the top of the 6th. The pitch. Misses. A sinking fastball from Patrick. And 97 miles per hour off the outside. 1-1. Seiya on the year hitting at .262 with 12 home runs. The 1-1. And a high fly ball hit to medium range right, angling toward the line. Frelick, and he makes the catch. 2 away.
Let's see if Cubs now can do a little damage here. Bregman coming up with 2 outs, nobody on. Here's where you take a shot at the seats.
Bregman with 6 home runs on the year. 0 for 2 tonight. Patrick, the right-hander, works on the extreme first base side of the rubber. Puts the ball in the glove, sets above the belt. And the pitch to Bregman is up high.
The catcher is challenging the ball call.
And ball strike challenge sponsored by Northwestern Medicine. Contreras challenging this pitch up in the zone.
And it missed. It was indeed up high.
The call is confirmed. Milwaukee has 1 challenge remaining in the contest.
Let's see Contreras turning around and talking to Wendelstedt. Yeah, that was a good call by you. I screwed it up.
Bregman waits for the 1-0. Here it comes. He swings and lines it foul out of play off to the right. 1-1. We were
talking the other day on the team bus with Colin Ray a little bit about, and with Carson Kelly, a little bit about the back and forth with the umpires with this new system where you can challenge. And Carson had some funny things to say about what the different umpires and how they feel about this system, and who it upsets and who doesn't, and you know the whole back and forth of it.
Bregman swings and fouls it back out of play. The count is 2-2. The pitch before that was inside for a ball.
But it's pretty comical. You can tell immediately that certain umpires just absolutely do not like this system.
The 2-2. Bregman drills one deep in the air, down the left field line, but hooking way foul out of play. It definitely had the distance. 2 balls and 2 strikes. That was a cutter from Patrick. The 2-2 delivery. Foul back off the screen by Bregman. But if you're the hitter or the catcher and you feel like you have a conviction when it comes to where the pitch ended up and you disagree with the umpire, you have the chance to challenge. The pitch is low, so Bregman has worked a full count.
I think if it fits in the ball game and your own team rules of kind of when you want to use these or not, you use it. You can't let the umpire dictate how you do it. It's his job to call balls and strikes, or out and safe, and that's it.
A payoff pitch way outside, ball 4 as Patrick misses with a sinker. So Bregman with a 2-out walk here in the top of the 6th. He represents the go-ahead run. 2-2 game, Cubs and Brewers, and it'll bring up Michael Busch.
Now this is a good matchup for the Cubs. See if Michael can do a little damage here. Cubs need a big swing of the bat from Michael Busch.
Righty-lefty matchup. Busch walked in the 4th. The pitch. Busch swings and pops it up. Foul out of play off to the left. 0-1. Walks of Cubs batters, sponsored by It's Not a Game Illinois.com. Reminder, a walk is free. A DUI is not. Drive sober or get pulled over. So Bregman at first, being held on by Vaughn. Busch at the plate with an 0-1 count. The pitch. Up high.
This guy's got a good fastball. He can rush it up there pretty good. Chad Patrick. Pretty straight, though. He comes over the top, so it's going to be firm but straight.
Throw to first. Bregman gets back standing up. Patrick, a native of Northwest Indiana. Peers in, gets the sign from his catcher Contreras, acknowledges, sets at the belt, works his motion and deals. Busch a check swing at a pitch, low on appeal, no swing, says the third base umpire Nick Lentz. So it's 2-1. Last pitch, a slurve from Patrick. And the 2-1. Another miss. Tight pitch. That was a cutter.
Yeah, a little backdoor breaking ball. Missed the outside corner and up. Might not have been high out of the zone, but it was up in the zone, but missed away. Now for Michael Busch, 3-1 count. Here's where you really want to try to tee off on one of these heaters.
Busch waits. Patrick deals. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Another cutter from Patrick. Full count.
Yeah, that one had a little wrinkle in it. Hard, but little wrinkle. It's middle of the plate. Michael out in front of this cutter.
What was the wrinkle?
Wrinkle's just a little movement on the fat. It's a cutter, so it's hard. It's not the full-blown fastball. Just a little tight, little break to it.
Count is full. Bregman at first. 2 away here in the top of the 6th. Bregman goes. The pitch is inside. Ball 4. Cubs have drawn back-to-back walks here with 2 away. Bregman now at second. Busch at first. It'll bring up Nico Horner. 2-2 ball game, and Chris Hook, the Brewers pitching coach, will make the slow walk out to the mound to have a conversation with Patrick.
Now, the one thing you don't want to do in these ball games, you get in the middle of the game and you come in, you get 2 quick outs. Shaw a ground ball, Suzuki a fly ball, and you're kind of cruising along, and then you walk Bregman, and then you walk Michael Busch, and you're pitching behind all of a sudden now. And that's the last thing you want. Hopefully Cubs can take advantage of these two walks. See if Nico can get on top of one of these high fastball or the cutter.
Nico's 1 for 2 tonight with a single. There is activity in the Milwaukee bullpen. Aaron Ashby, a left-hander, has begun warming up. Ian Happ is on deck. Go ahead run, Bregman at second, Bush at first. 2 down, top of the 6th, 2-2 game. Cubs and Brewers here in Milwaukee, the middle game of this 3-game set. Warner in the box, the right-hander Patrick on the mound, sets the belt, checks second, works his motion and deals. And Nico looks at a strike, a cutter, 0-1. Nico calls time, steps out of the box, adjusts his batting gloves. That cutter, by the way, was down the middle, right at the bottom of the zone. 2 on, 2 away. 0-1 the count on Horner. A long set, now the pitch. And that one misses, sinking fastball low, 1-1. Bregman at second, Bush at first. Horner waits the pitch. Another miss low as Patrick went with the sinker, 2-1.
Back-to-back fastballs by Patrick, and he missed with both of them. I would guess the pitch he feels the most comfortable with getting over is the cutter. I would guess that's what you're going to get here.
Let's see if Nico's thinking like you. The 2-1. Nico swings and pops it up. Foul out of play. Off to the right. 2-2. And he did get a cutter.
Yeah, he got a cutter. Patrick kind of got lucky. That one stayed inside, probably inner part of the strike zone. If that pitch should have been away, Nico would have hammered it.
2-2. The pitch. Horner lines one into right field for a base hit. Around third, racing home, Bregman. The throw goes to third, and it's cut off. Nico advances to second base. And the Cubs take the lead 3-2 over the Brewers here in the 6th inning. Nico delivers with a 2-out single the other way.
Well, we were talking about the at-bat, and the pitch before that was an inside cutter. Nico fouled it up. I said, well, if he goes away now, that'd be good for Nico, and he does. He goes away with a 2-seamer, and it stays down and away, and Nico shoots that hole on the right side, drives in a run for the Cubs. An ill-advised throw goes all the way to third base to try to get Michael Bush, and that helps Nico advance to second.
Ian Happ at the plate. The pitch, high drive, deep down the right field line. This is going to go! 3-run home run, Ian Happ.
Sometimes you make a mistake. You walk a guy when you don't think you should. You get a little frustrated. You give up the base hit to Nico. You lose concentration, and then you groove one to Nico, and he blasts one out of the ballpark.
17th home run of the year for Ian Happ, and the Cubs now lead 6-2 over the Brewers here in the 6th. All the damage being done with 2 away. And now Chris Hook, the pitching coach, walks out to the mound. The Brewers are going to make a pitching change as Chad Patrick will leave the game. Pitching changes by Cubs opponents, sponsored by Sloan, the official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Learn more at sloan.com. 6-2 Cubs. Top of the 6th, 2 away, and the Brewers are making a pitching change. This is the score in the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
The Cubs play here on 104.3.
Now representing the organization, Jim Leland and A.J. Hinch are presenting Miggy with a customized set of cleats made by renowned artist Marco Terzo, made from several significant baseballs from Miguel's career. The cleats are presented on a base representing the time he spent at both third and first base in his career.
And there's a shot into left field. Stanton on his way around to score. And the Yankees are on the board. First, it's 1-0 New York. Bouncer heading up the middle, and that's going to get through and drive in a couple of runs. Cranked up and sent into the right center field gap. McMahon's going to score easily. They're going
Glover comes up to make a very nice catch for the guy they call Big G, who has driven in a run with the 3rd straight hit to open the 5th inning. Chopper for Jazz, hot shot, and he makes the catch. That got on there on a line, and he's telling Jose Caballero, "You see that?" I could watch Jazz Chisholm play. I mean, he plays with such joy. Only David Cohn, Ron Guidry, and Mel Stottlemyre.
With a 3-run home run to make it 6-2. Happ's 190th career home run, tying him for 11th place in Cubs history with Hack Wilson. Carson Kelly at the plate. Anderson works his motion and deals, and Kelly looks at a fastball for a strike. 0-1.
Quite a big decision would have been, do you bring in Ashby, the left-hander, to face Ian Happ? They did not. They left Patrick in. First pitch gone.
Kelly looks at a ball off the outside. The count is 1-1. Anderson works on the first base side of the rubber. The kick and pitch off the outside. 2-1 now on Kelly. Really, for the first time in this series, the Cubs with a little bit of breathing room against the Brewers. The 2-1 pitch. Kelly check swing. Pitch off the outside on appeal. He went around, says first base umpire Vic Carapazza. 2-2. Kelly 0 for 2, a ground out and a fly out. 6-2 Cubs here with 2 down in the top of the 6th.
Boy, do the Cubs need a big swing of the bat from someone, and they got it from Ian Happ.
Kelly another check swing. This time did not go around. Had a sweeper off the outside. 3-2. You know, that had to feel good for Happ, who'd been scuffling against the Brewers this season.
He was 0 for 2 today and had 2 punch-outs.
The payoff pitch. Kelly looks at ball 4.
Some inning for the Brewers staff. You know, you get 2 quick outs. Walk, single, 3-run homer, now walk. And boy, the walks can just crush you in some of these games.
The last pitch was a sinker that didn't sink up high. So Kelly at first base. Now Dansby Swanson at the plate. 0 for 2 with a couple of punch outs. The pitch is low. 1-0 on Swanson. Right-handed batter hits out of a crouch, stands deep in the box, a little bit of an open stance. The pitch. Sweeper that misses outside. 2-0. Pete Crow Armstrong on deck. Kelly at first. 2 down, top 6, 6-2 Cubs. Swanson waits for the 2-0 delivery. Here it comes. He swings and hits one on the ground to third. Backhanded by Ortiz. Strong throw to first. In time to get Swanson. Kelly stranded on the bases, but what a 6th inning for the Cubs. They score 4 times to take the lead. 6-2 Cubs over the Brewers. Middle 6 on the score in the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Cubs fans, it's Dansby Swanson. Listen to every game here on the Chicago.
We have a couple things out here for the first acknowledged unassisted triple play. And Cy Young said, "Neil, where you going?" He said, 3 outs.
Neil Ball had a fairly short career as a big leaguer, but continued playing in the minors where he encountered true baseball royalty.
Now we're going to connect to Babe Ruth.
He dominated the game like no one else had before.
I'm holding Babe Ruth's bat.
During a 1934 baseball barnstorming tour of Japan, Ruth faced 17-year-old pitcher Eiji Sawamura. Sawamura became a hero in Japan, and the Nippon Professional Baseball League's version of the Cy Young Award bears his name. Maeda won the award in 2010 and again in 2015, when the runner-up was Shohei Ohtani.
First pitch crushing! Oh, man!
Like the 3 outs of a triple play. It all connects.
Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
You know, sitting beside Mike in the clubhouse, he's
He's a huge card guy. Just watching him go through boxes and boxes of cards, I kind of got a little bit of the edge. You rip a pack and you just kind of get what you get and see what you see.
Yeah, so see what we got. Jose Ramirez.
Ready Peralta.
Look at this one here, Joe. This is...
Oh, yeah, I keep that off to the side right there. I mean, you're going to rock, paper, scissors.
Go against him.
1 of 25, Andrew McCutchen. This is absolutely beautiful. That is fantastic.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Cubs on top of the Brewers 6-2. The big hit, Ian Happ, a 3-run shot in a 4-run top of the 6th for the Cubs. David Peterson still on the mound. Jackson Chourio at the plate, lefty-righty matchup, and a breaking ball that floats into the zone for a strike. 0-1 the count on Chourio. The first pitch that Peterson threw tonight in his Cubs debut was launched out of the yard to straightaway center by Chourio. The pitch, a bouncing ball hit on the left side, fielded by Swanson on a chest-high hop. Running throw to first, dug out by Bush. Chourio is retired, 1 away. The first out, sponsored by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that. So here comes Bryce Turang. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Peterson works on the third base side of the rubber. He's facing home plate, gets the sign from Kelly, acknowledges, works his motion and deals, and Turang taps it foul at the plate. 0-1. This day in baseball history is brought to you by villageofbedfordpark.com. It's time to make history for your business in Bedford Park. Peterson delivers. Turang fouls it back off the screen in the hole. 0-2. On this date, June 27th, 1977, stretch Willie McCovey becomes the first major leaguer to hit 2 homers in 1 inning twice in his career. The pitch, Turang, it's a high fly ball deep center, but playable for Pete Crow Armstrong, who makes the catch just short of the track to the right of the 400 marker in center field. 2 down. It'll bring up William Contreras. In 1993 on this date, Anthony Young sets a major league record, losing his 24th straight decision as the Cardinals beat the Mets 5-3. Greg Counsell's going to make a pitching change. That'll be all for David Peterson. He leaves with 2 away here in the bottom of the 6th inning, and the Cubs up 6-2 over the Brewers. Pitching changes by the Cubs, sponsored by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. But what a debut by Peterson in his first start.
Welcome back to Cincinnati. Gino swung on, crushed, high, deep, left field. There it goes. Goodbye into the second deck. A 3-run go-ahead blast.
Hey, Eugenio Suarez to the second deck, and he thunders the Reds ahead 3-2.
Well, there was absolutely no doubt about that one right there. 431 feet for Suarez. That ball was smashed.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
You know, in Boston, every now and then, you'll do those throwback days where you bring out the big baggy jerseys, and the baggier, the better. When I broke into the league, everybody was wearing really baggy pants, and then as the years go along, I started wearing these skinny, mini, tight pants that looked like they were painted on. So by the time I was with Boston, I really wanted to wear the baggier, the better. We just wanted to be flying around in the outfield there, having a good time.
Bottom 6, Cubs with a 6-2 lead. William Contreras at the plate, righty-righty matchup. And the pitch is taken for a strike, a cutter from Ferguson, 0-1.
What a job by Peterson coming in, you know, new ball club being, you know, this situation with the Mets comes to a close. Cubs trade for him, and Didn't start out real good. First pitch he threw ended up over the 400-foot mark in straightaway center. But it sure turned out well. 5 2/3 innings, 2 runs, and the Cubs really needed him to step up and pitch well, and he certainly did.
Contreras grounds one foul down the right field line. 1-2 the count.
The other thing about the game is it progressed. Now, you have to think going in, even Pat mentioned this in the very first inning, that there's butterflies. The adrenaline of him pitching for New Ball Club here in this, environment, in a rivalry type game, as that pitch misses wide to Contreras. There's a lot of adrenaline. So the first few innings, a lot of fly balls, a lot of balls put in the air, but not his patented game. Now as the game progressed, 4th, 5th, 6th inning, ground ball, double play, and now all of a sudden you're seeing really probably who he really is. Not, the guy that full of adrenaline, and just not pitching to his style.
Contreras hits one softly foul up the third base line. 2-2.
So that was very encouraging for the Cubs to see Peterson throw like that. That was fun.
Yeah, 5 2/3, 2 runs on 5 hits, no walks, 2 strikeouts, 1 home run, 69 pitches tonight for Peterson. And he's in line for the win if the Cubs can hold on. Here comes the 2-2. Pop foul out of play off to the right by Contreras. Peterson had been the longest tenured New York Met prior to his trade to the Cubs this week. Broke in 2020. The 2-2 delivery. Contreras lines it foul out of play, right side. Cubs looking for their first win against the Brewers this season. They're up 6-2 with 2 away here in the last of the 6. 2-2 the count on Contreras. Ferguson's ready. The kick and pitch. Foul back off the screen.
Contreras not picking the ball up well off Ferguson, that's for sure. He's at 2 very odd swings, like we used to joke about. Swing looked like it was underwater, where he's just not seeing the ball.
The pitch, check swing and a pitch off the outside on appeal. No swing, says first base umpire Vic Carapazza. It's a full count.
I'd like to see another look. Here we go. We're going to get another look at this. And I thought he swung. Yeah, he definitely did. He should have been out.
So this will be the 10th pitch of this plate appearance. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. As Ferguson gets Contreras with a 97-mile-per-hour fastball. Out number 3. Brewers go down in order in the 6th. We head to the 7th. 6-2 Cubs on the score. And the Northwestern Medicine Cubs ready.
And he drills this ball. Goodbye. Bang to begin this series.
Leadoff home run number 30 in the career of Shohei Ohtani.
Jake Bennett, Rocky Mountain High. He is rolling along.
Career high 9 strikeouts over 6 innings.
8 consecutive hits over 2 innings, and finally touched the dish 3 times to walk it off.
8 shutout innings. 9 strikeouts for Kyle Bradish. One of the best starts of Kyle Bradish's baseball life.
Brandon Woodruff coming back to the mound. 6 innings, 1 hit, 10 strikeouts, no walks. I mean, this was vintage Brandon Woodruff.
It looks like this guy's not scared of anybody. And he pitches like that. It's true.
Let's see how the big fastball for Miz works out.
Struck him out. Another fastball.
Good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Always the big question is, how does somebody recover after their first start? You got all the jitters out after opening day.
I think he's back.
Still bringing some serious heat.
He's already got 3 over 100 today.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Fastball at 101, and Mizorowski's got the juice working here this afternoon at American Family Field.
Couple of Ks and a perfect first for Miz.
Chicago's hometown appliance leader since 1930.
Dear America, Toyota's Independence Day sales event is on now. Discover star-spangled savings on Toyota's legendary lineup. Visit Toyota.com today. Toyota, let's go places.
Alongside Ron Coomer, return. Pat Hughes, Zach Zaidman with you, getting set for the top half of the 7th inning here at American Family Field in Milwaukee. Cubs with a 6-2 lead over the Brewers. Pete Crow Armstrong getting the treatment as he steps to the plate against Grant Anderson. Righty-lefty matchup. The pitch is up high for ball 1. Now, what's interesting in the background, you can hear it. There are a lot of Cub fans in attendance tonight here in Milwaukee. They're chanting PCA. You can hear it. And the Brewer fans are fighting them with the booing. The 1-0 delivery. Crow Armstrong hits a high fly ball deep right. Going back, Frelick at the track has a play. Now coming in and makes the catch. Crow Armstrong's retired. 1 away here in the top of the 7th.
Big swing by Pete. Hits this ball a mile in the air, and then it ends up just coming up short of the track in right field. 7th inning, sponsored by Volvo XC90. Room for everyone, ready for wherever the road takes you. That's Volvo.
Here's Matt Shaw, 1 for 3 today with a single and a run scored. Righty-righty matchup. The pitch by Anderson is inside, misses with a fastball, 1-0. Seiya Suzuki a 2-run shot. Ian Happ a 3-run job. Nico Horner the go-ahead RBI single in the 6th. The 1-0 off the outside. 2-0 now with Shaw at the plate.
Anderson, kind of a 3/4 delivery guy, kind of steps at the right-handed hitter and then releases the ball behind him.
The kick and pitch inside, misses with a fastball, 3-0.
So I would think for the right-handed hitter, he hides the ball pretty well.
Shaw stands deep in the box. The pitch. That's a strike. Fastball. 3-1. Shaw waits. Now Anderson deals. Inside, ball 4. So a 1-out walk for Shaw and the Cubs here in the top of the 7th. Cubs 6, Brewers 2, and Seiya Suzuki will stand in.
Well, since Harrison's come out of the game, 4 walks for the bullpen in an inning and a third for Milwaukee. That will leave a mark, and it has.
6-2 Cubs. 1 on, 1 away. Seiya waits. The pitch is a called strike, a sinking fastball.
Hitter is challenging the strike call.
And Suzuki will challenge this. Thought it was low. And it is.
Good challenge by Suzuki. That has been the pitch that Hunter Runelstedt has missed tonight, and it hasn't been challenged a lot, is that fastball down.
The 1-0 is in there for strike. So 1 ball, 1 strike to count on Suzuki. Shaw with good speed at first, being held on by Vaughn. Anderson sets up high. And the 1-1. Up high. Contreras bluffs a snap throw to first. 2-1.
One thing on Matty, he goes flying back into the bag as Contreras cocked his arm like he was going to throw. Matty gets his max lead and a very good secondary lead.
The 2-1 delivery off the outside. 3-1. Now, what do you mean by that exactly?
So his secondary, he gets a good lead off. He always has. He's always had a way bigger than the normal lead off at first base. And then he does a good job with his secondary lead as the pitch is coming to hop his secondary lead. And then he is ready to come back. He is always, great thing about Matty, he is always ready to take the extra 90 feet. You know, he is very aware on the base paths. He's fun guy to watch run the bases. He does it right. He just does.
That last pitch, tap foul off to the left. Shaw with 4 steals this season. 3-2 the count on Suzuki. Shaw goes. The pitch. Pop foul out of play. Off to the right by Suzuki. He'll do it again.
Matty took off on that pitch. Suzuki fouled it off. I don't think he got a real good break from first on that attempted possible steal. Really not stealing. You're just trying to go and stay out of the double play.
Seiya waits for the 3-2. Shaw goes, the pitch. Line drive to left center field. It drops in for a base hit. Shaw on his way to third. The throw is not in time. As Shaw slides in safely at third, and now the Cubs cooking. Men at the corners after the single by Seiya. Just one away, and Alex Bregman due up.
Well, now you need a big swing of the bat from Bregman. Suzuki has been doing it in this series. His second hit of the ball game for him today. He hit a 2-run homer earlier. And now you really do. You need a big swing, maybe an extra base hit, drive in a couple, and get a little separation in this game. Cubs are up 6-2. But, boy, you drive in 2 more, and that would, it doesn't put the game away, but it sure does help.
We're in the 7th. The pitch to Bregman is low for a ball. Sweeper that missed. Cleanup hitters for the Cubs, sponsored by Chicagoland's appliance leader, Grand Appliance. Get your all-star Samsung kitchen today at grandappliance.com. Bregman waits. Here comes the 1-0. He swings, and it's a high fly ball deep left center. It's playable for Churio, who makes the catch, tagging and coming home. Shaw, ball cut off. Sacrifice fly, Alex Bregman. And the Cubs extend the lead. 7-2 now over the Brewers here in the 7th.
Now, very near miss for Bregman as he drives his ball to left center. Didn't quite square it up, but hits it plenty deep enough to drive in the run. That's a good at-bat for Bregman and a very big run for the Cubs.
So 7-2 Cubs, 2 away, a man at first in Suzuki. Michael Busch at the plate. The pitch, line drive to left center field. It drops in for a base hit. Suzuki on his way to third base. He's being waved around by Quentin Berry. He's coming home. The throw to the plate is in time. And the tag applied by Contreras. Seiya did not slide and called out at home. Greg Counsell holding the right hand up. Let's see if the Cubs elect to challenge this play. And the Cubs will not. Suzuki out at home. And that ends the top half of the 7th inning. Time to stretch in Milwaukee.
The people are welcoming, they're loving, they're caring. So if you're looking for a familial feel, definitely Asheville.
It's Asheville. That's all you gotta say.
Yeah.
They're excited to be back and back on their feet, so it's been awesome to see the rebuild.
Winning or losing, like everybody's there having a good time rooting us on, so I've always enjoyed that the whole year.
You play here at the tourist park and you feel like you're back in the old days playing real baseball.
Nestled right into the mountains there.
That's right on a cliff.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Our climate. James Hardie Building Products siding with the Cubs. Learn more at jameshardy.com.
Bottom 7 in Milwaukee. Cubs 7, Brewers 2. Jacob Webb is the new pitcher for the Cubs. Right-hander against Andrew Vaughn. Powerful right-handed batter. The pitch is in there for a strike. A slider that spins into the zone. We'll get you a station ID as time permits here during this plate appearance by Vaughn. 0-1 the count. Webb working on the third base side of the rubber. The pitch. Check swing. Doesn't matter. It's a called strike on a slider by the home plate umpire Hunter Wendelstadt. So the count is 0-2. Webb sets at the belt, works his motion and deals. Foul back. Let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the score in the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Covering the Cubs and all of Chicago's teams on the score middays with Rahimi, Harris, and Grody, 10 a.m. to 2 on 104.3 The Score, WSCR, WSCR FM, and HD1 Chicago, an Odyssey sports station.
The 0-2 is popped up shallow right, drifting back. Bush in foul territory near the sidewall. Makes a one-handed grab on the side track. Nice play by Michael Bush. Vaughn retired, one away.
Ball hit very high in the air, and a spin brings it over towards the sidewall. Michael first calls this ball. He's in fair territory, and then just reaches out. He was not quite sure where he was by the wall, just because the ball kept drifting on him, and he did not want to take his eye off the ball. But he made a nice catch.
Now Christian Yelich will pinch hit for Gary Sanchez, and Yelich looks at a slow-moving breaking ball that floats into the zone for a strike. 0-1.
Coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth, proud partner of the Chicago Cubs.
Yelich takes strike 2. That's on a changeup from Webb. Right along the outside edge near the top of the zone. So 0-2 on Yelich. 7-2 Cubs. The pitch. Up high. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pitching changes by the Cubs, sponsored by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. Righty-lefty matchup with Webb on the hill and Yelich in the box. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, as Webb gets him with a fastball. 2 away.
Good gas by Webb just to throw that ball down and away. Yelich tardy on that fastball. Tough plays of the game tonight. We just saw one by Michael Bush, sponsored by Loyola Medicine. Loyola Medicine defines tough.
That's Webb's first strikeout of the game. Strikeouts by Cubs pitchers brought to you by our Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. Another pinch hitter. Jake Bowers digs in, left-handed batter. Webb delivers. Bowers looks at a ball off the outside, a change that missed. 1-0. We should point out the first out, sponsored by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity. Imagine that. Here's the 1-0. Bowers dribbles it foul off to the left. 1 ball, 1 strike. The big inning for the Cubs tonight. Inning number 6. They scored 4 times to take the lead. Nico Horner, the go-ahead RBI single, and then Ian Happ blasted a 3-run homer. The pitch. An awkward check swing and a miss by Bowers. 1-2. It's a high fastball, and Bowers chased.
Bowers having a very good year, hitting just under 270, but 14-48. And we're right at the halfway point of the season. Those numbers play pretty well.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Webb along set. Works his motion and deals. Pop-up foul out of play off to the left. 1-2.
So they're giving Michael Bush a double on that ball that was hit.
Seiya was thrown out at home. Yeah.
It's unfortunate. If Seiya slides at the plate, he's going to be safe. He went in standing up.
Bowers swings and misses at a change. Strike 3. That ends the 7th. Strikeouts by Cubs pitchers are brought to you by our Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. We head to the 8th. 7-2 Cubs over the Brewers on the score and the Northwestern Medicine.
I want to ask you about food. What is something that you have to eat to beat a judge?
Oh, Aaron Judge! Send him to Monument Park now!
We got some good chefs in New York. They've been cooking up some nice chopped cheeses, and that kind of, it gets you, yeah. I don't know if I should tell the kids that they should be eating chopped cheese before a game.
Before the game, probably steak. That's usually what I go to.
I like a steak, no vegetables.
No vegetables?
No vegetables.
Is it straight protein?
Yeah.
This time can't get it, and neither could the fan.
Boy, that's when you don't wear flip-flops.
Caminero strikes out, and the bat gets a 7.5 on the distance. But it's stuck to the landing.
That's poked and that hits the umpire. The ball is in play, and it's a base hit for Frazier.
Roberto Ortiz did what he could to try and get out of the way. Couldn't.
Took the wrong direction.
He just didn't know which way to go.
Shattered bat, and it catches Tommy Lasorda.
He pops right back up, and he's all right.
Tommy's saying, I'm all right. Of course I'm all right.
His score, you throw out the lowest and the highest, he gets a 9.8 for this.
Why do I keep thinking Humpty Dumpty here? Had a great fall.
Look at this. They're going to bring him, what, a jacket?
No, it's a chest protector.
A chest protector.
Michigan Water Supply. Visit villageofbedfordpark.com.
Now for the 8th inning here in Milwaukee. Wolf has opened gorgeous night here and an even better score. Cubs are up 7-2 here in the top of the 8th. 8th inning is sponsored by Cars for Kids. 877 Cars for Kids. That's Cars with a K. To donate your car today, Z.
Thank you very much, Kuhn. Nico Horner at the plate. New man on the mound for the Brewers, left-hander Jared Koenig.
We're going to challenge this first pitch of the inning right away. This ball strike challenge sponsored by Northwestern Medicine.
The pitch is confirmed. Milwaukee is out of challenges.
There you go. You heard from Hunter Wendelstadt, the home plate umpire. The pitch off the inside. So 1-0 the count to Nico, and the Brewers out of challenges for the remainder of regulation. Here's the pitch. Nico swings and pops it up. Foul out of play. Off to the right. 1-1 the count. Brewers have made some defensive changes. Jackson Churio moves to center field. Jake Bauers stays in the game, and he's now in left field. Warner at the plate with a 1-1 count. Koenig works on the extreme third base side of the rubber. The pitch is popped up left side, foul out of play right near the Cubs dugout along the third base line. 1-2. Pitching changes by Cubs opponents are sponsored by Sloan, the official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Learn more at sloan.com. The 1-2. Nico lines it foul out of play off to the right.
Nico, one of the big swings of the bat in this ball game today. He's got a couple hits, but it was the 2-out single in the 6th inning that drove in the Cubs' first run in the 6th. And then the very next at bat, Ian Happ hit the big 3-run homer.
Ground ball to short, scooped up by Pratt. Throw to first in time. Horner's retired, 1 away.
Yeah, it was kind of an odd inning because Patrick got the first 2 guys out quickly and then walked the next 2 guys, Bregman and Bush. Nico shoots the ball the other way, kind of patented Nico Horner. And then Ian got one right down the middle, and he deposited it in the right field seats.
Now Happ hitting from the right side against the left-hander Koenig. He's at the plate and the pitch. Foul back off to the right, out of play. Happ now tied with Pete Crow Armstrong, both with 17 home runs to lead the Cubs this season. The 0-1. Breaking ball swung on and missed. Might have been a change. 0-2. The attendance tonight here at American Family Field, 40,193.
Less than yesterday.
The 0-2 is low to Horner. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Almost 1,000 people, right?
Yeah, that surprises me.
I'm looking around. I did not think that would have been the case. I thought there were more people here than yesterday.
Happ waits for the 1-2 delivery. Here it comes. Foul back off the screen.
A lot going on in Milwaukee right now, right? The Summerfest is going on 3 weekends in a row. Here, the Cubs in town. There's a lot going on in downtown Milwaukee.
Summertime here, like summertime in Chicago. Always busy. You're right. The 1-2. Tap foul at the plate. That was a curveball. Happ ended up on one knee on the follow-through. Count remains 1-2. It's time to see how we did with our guesses in the Vinnie's Beverage Depot attendance game. So as I mentioned, the actual attendance, 40,193. Turns out I was a little bit closer than the 2 of you with my guess of 41,000.
Yeah, as Pat and I thought, it was a little suspicious.
Called strike 3, a cutter that dropped into the zone and froze Happ. 2 away. A win's a win, Coom.
Not cheating, you're not trying, I guess. That's the motto, and it's, I guess.
You can call it whatever you want. I'm flying the W. Carson Kelly will dig in with 2 away here in the top of the 8th, and the Cubs up 7-2. Cubs are looking to even up this series here in Wisconsin. Brewers won the opener last night. The pitch. Kelly takes a strike, another cutter from the left-hander Koenig. 0-1. Stay tuned for the toast of the game, presented by Binny's Beverage Depot, coming up with Coom in the 9th inning. Lefty-righty matchup. The pitch, swing and a miss by Kelly at a change. 0-2. It says here, stay tuned for the Old National Bank Cubs radio postgame show, the official bank of the Cubs radio network. Zach Saveman will have that, the always talented, ever-present Cubs radio network broadcaster. I added that, by the way. Here's the pitch. Ground ball hit back of third, fair, and this will roll all the way into the corner in right. Kelly cruises into second base with a stand-up double.
I'm glad he swung the bat there. Cars gets another changeup and does a good job of keeping this ball fair. Hits it right over the bag down the third base line and ends up with a double. Another 2-out hit. Let's see if the Cubs can do some more damage, I should say, with 2 outs in the inning. Cubs had all their runs in that 6th. It was a 4 spot with 2 outs to start the rally. Cubs could use a big swing in the bat by Dansby.
Yeah, he's looking for his first hit of the series. 0 for 3 tonight. A couple of strikeouts and a ground out. Lefty-righty matchup. 2 down here in the top of the 8th. Cubs up 7-2. The pitch popped up. Shallow center. Pratt, the shortstop, now in left center, makes the catch for out number 3. Kelly stranded at second base. Middle 8. 7-2 Cubs on the score, and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs radio network.
Hey, Cubs.
Chris Sale's 10th start of the season was a beauty. He goes 7 innings, giving up just 1 run, and he is in line for his first win against the Marlins.
An outstanding outing tonight by Trey Savage. 6 innings, 2 hits, did not walk a batter, struck out 8, kept the Yankees off the scoreboard.
11 strikeouts from Kyle Harrison.
Matching a career-long outing for Kyle Harrison and a dominant 2-hit shutout for the left-hander. Wow.
Outman over. Outman with the dive! Superman hit-saving play by James Outman.
Ryan drops his glove on the mound and gives James Outman a standing ovation.
First pitch of the game, the pitcher hits it out. A living, breathing statue, Shohei Ohtani.
You just don't dare take your eyes off of him.
He's a walking history book.
It's ridiculous what he does.
Base is empty for Victor Barracoto. He's got the power to end this game.
High drive, left center field. It is out of here, and this game is over.
Second home run as a major leaguer. What a moment for Victor Barracoto. How about 445? He crushed it to left center field. The swing of Barracoto's life.
Today.
Bottom 8, Cubs leading the Brewers 7-2 here in Milwaukee. Right-hander Trent Thornton takes over on the mound for the Cubs. The batter is Sal Frelick. Thornton kicks and fires, and the first pitch to Frelick is a curveball that floats into the zone for a strike. 0-1. Pitching changes by the Cubs, sponsored by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. Bregman playing in wide of third. The pitch to Frelick is inside for a ball, missed with a cutter. 1-1. Pitching changes by the Cubs, sponsored by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. And now the 1-1. Frelick hits a high fly ball deep center. Crow Armstrong back on the track, has a play, makes the catch, backing up short of the wall. 1 away. Frelick a long out.
Frelick puts a charge into this one, hits it well, but hits it about 395 feet from home plate, straightaway center. He pulls that one down in the middle of the warning track.
And the first out, sponsored by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that. So here's Cooper Pratt, right-handed hitting shortstop. Thornton delivers. Pratt grounds one softly to short, fielded by Swanson. Throw across in time. 2 down.
Good job by Thornton coming in, throwing strikes, getting quick outs.
Time to check the out-of-town scoreboard, sponsored by Clubs Citgo. Download the Clubs Citgo app. Save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. The Brewers will send a pinch hitter to the plate. David Hamilton will bat for Joey Ortiz. Left-handed batter with excellent speed. Bregman playing in at third. The pitch is low.
Tell you one thing about this Milwaukee group, see, is they have a lot of guys that it's not like a full-blown platoon, but they get a lot of contributions from a lot of guys.
The pitch is low for ball 2.
Hamilton played yesterday, did not play today because the lefty out there. Now today, the righty gets on the mound, he comes into the game. You know, we even saw that with Yelich today, and Sanchez DHing. You know, you're seeing that around the field quite a bit. Center field, you're seeing that. So Pat Murphy using his entire roster, and I think the other thing that when you are able to do that, it keeps your players fresh. It really does.
The 3-0 delivery to Hamilton is a called strike fastball, 94 miles per hour. But you're right, a lot of flexibility.
Yeah, he does. He's got flexibility. He's got good athletes. Now, most managers that I've experienced through all this time that I've been in baseball, and that's a long time, managers love to have a lineup that they can write in a lineup each day as that pitch misses wide, ball 4. But not every ball club is situated that way. And, you know, now with the surgence of younger players coming into the league, you know, they're not all prepared to, you know, right on right hits or left on left hit. And boy, if you've got a bench that you can use and you can, you know, kind of navigate through with some platooning, it really helps.
Jackson Churio at the plate, and he looks at a strike from Thornton, a sinking fastball. 0-1.
And the thing you see with this Brewers club is everybody's involved. They're all playing, and you know you're giving guys good situations and good matchups for these young players.
Hamilton with excellent speed at first. The pitch by Thornton. Churio takes the ball up high, 1-1. Left-hander Ryan Ronaldson is warming up in the Cubs bullpen. Cubs lost another reliever prior to the start of this one. The veteran left-hander Hobie Milner placed on the injured list. Thornton delivers. Churio grounds one up the middle, fielded by Horner. A throw to first in time to get Churio for out number 3. Milner had appendix surgery overnight, so he's on the IL. That's why Tyler Ferguson pitched earlier today. We head to the ninth.
This is going to be one of those games that you're going to have to fight the elements. And I don't think that'll be the last bat toss we see tonight.
I would imagine not. As he slid behind Neto, took out his legs, but Neto held on to the ball.
Check out what our cameras caught. That's right. Smacking himself in the face. He really likes to pump himself up and make himself angry.
Oh, he used the head. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, take a bow.
All right,
absolutely.
Just when we think we've seen it all, baseball gives us something new to talk about.
Splits 2 defenders and makes a great grab. The kick is good, right through the flying uprights.
Whoa, went down inside his chest protector.
That's not a catch?
Make way for Batman. People would love this if we did Lady and the Tramp. Ronald Acuna Jr. pouring dirt into Ozzie Albies' glove.
He flips the entire glove to first base.
Fast and furious and then on.
Now let's dive into this week's top plays.
Is pulled and a leaping grab by Shoebait. Carson Bench with a pulchritudinous play.
Moving fast toward big league stardom.
Randy Rosarena! Superman catch! What a leaping grab by Quan.
And those 39-year-old legs are still cooking.
Oh, are you kidding me, Petey? Help it! Oh, hey now, hey now.
What a play by Ryan McMahon.
How about that?
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com. Hint, hint.
The old saying is they don't boo nobody, says Pete Crow Armstrong steps to the plate here in Milwaukee to begin the top of the ninth. Cubs 7, Brewers 2. Joel Kuhnel, the new man on the mound. And his first pitch is whacked foul off the netting to the left by PCA, 0-1. Crow Armstrong is 0 for 4, Coom. So his on-base streak in jeopardy. It's at 28 games. The pitch. He swings and fouls it back, 0-2.
Get a pretty good pitch to hit there. That pitch hung right in the middle of the plate. Put a big rip on it, fouled it straight back.
The ninth inning is sponsored by Circa Resort and Casino. Get ready for the time of your life. CircaLasVegas.com. PCA in the box. Left-handed batter against the right-hander Kuhnel. The pitch is whacked foul off the netting behind the plate to the left. 0-2.
Kuhnel with a good arm. That last fastball, 96 miles an hour.
Brewers have a whole bunch of fireballers out of the pen. The 0-2. Off the outside and low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Matt Shaw is due up next, but I see Michael Conforto in the on-deck circle. PCA waits for the 1-2. Here it comes. He swings and chops it foul off to the right. Mentioned the out-of-town scoreboard in the last inning. We didn't give you the out-of-town scores. In progress, bottom 8. Nationals leading the Orioles 3-1. Luis Garcia solo shot is 14th. The 1-2. Crow Armstrong fouls it back off the screen. The Guardians lead the Mariners 4-3 in the top of the 8th. Brian Rocchio with an RBI double. Rockies on top of the Twins 6-2. Top of the 8th. Hunter Goodman with 3 home runs tonight for the Rockies. He's got 25 for the year. 1-2. High and outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Marlins lead the Cardinals 5-1 in the last of the 7th. Tommy Edman with an RBI double for the Dodgers. They lead the Padres 1-0. Bottom of the 3rd in San Diego. Kuhnel delivers. Crow Armstrong swings and misses. Strike 3. 1 away.
Pretty good breaking ball to Pete, who chases this pitch down out of the zone.
Braves and Giants scoreless. Middle 2 in San Francisco. So Michael Conforto will now pinch hit for Matt Shaw. Cubs up 7-2 with 1 down here in the top of the 9th. The pitch. Conforto hits it on the ground foul off to the right. 0-1. David Peterson made his Cubs debut tonight. He went 5 2/3, 2 runs on 5 hits, no walks, 2 strikeouts. It started out in ominous fashion. The first pitch of the game was blasted out of the yard to straightaway center field, but by Jackson Churio. The 0-1, Conforto swings and misses at a sinking fastball, 0-2. But from that point on, Peterson was able to settle down. And boy, with all the injuries the Cubs have in the starting rotation, they needed a steadying influence like Peterson tonight. Jamison Tyone on the injured list with a hamstring injury. Edward Cabrera on the IL with a hamstring injury. The 0-2 is in the dirt. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ben Brown on the injured list with a stress reaction to a bone in his neck. So he has a lot more clarity this time around than when he had a similar injury a couple of years ago. The 1-2. Conforto hits one deep in the air to right. Going back, Frelick at the track, looks up. This one's way out of here. Into the second deck. Michael Conforto with a pinch hit home run. It is now 8-2 Cubs over the Brewers here in the 9th.
Now Conforto comes in, another pinch hit home run for him. And it's not a cheap one. This one's in the second deck. It's a bomb. He gets an off-speed pitch and goes down and gets it and squares this ball up.
401 feet into the second deck in right for Michael Conforto, his 5th home run of the year. 8-2 Cubs here in the 9th. And now Seiya Suzuki will hit.
And that is sending a lot of Brewer fans.
And he drills this ball. Goodbye.
Suzuki 2 for 4 with a 2-run home run and a single. Cubs have been flexing their muscles tonight. Ian Happ a 3-run shot moments ago. Conforto with a pinch hit home run. Seiya waits. Kunal deals. Called strike.
Yeah, Cubs with 3 bombs in the game tonight. That was Milwaukee yesterday, and now the Cubs come up with some big swings of the bat. Suzuki started the whole thing off in the 4th with a home run to right.
Seiya looks at a sinking fastball off the inside. 1-1. And you can hear the Cub fans here at American Family Field making their presence felt. The 1-1. Curveball for a strike. 1-2. Right in the middle of the zone. Seiya waits for the 1-2. Here it comes. In the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Well, we talked about going into this series. You know, the Cubs offense had a great series against the Mets in New York, where they swept the Mets 4 ball games, and the offense really swung the bat well.
Seiya hits one on the ground back to third, fielded by Ortiz. The throw across is in time to get Seiya 2 away.
But you knew going into this series, this is a different pitching staff and a different ball club than the New York Mets. But that did not change how the Cubs needed to perform in this series to win. You know, I thought going into this series, the offense was going to have to really pick it up and have a good series here. Now, yesterday you faced the best pitcher in baseball. You got him out in 6 innings, but, you know, the Cubs kind of ran out of gas.
Alex Bregman drives one deep left center, but racing over and making a backhanded catch. Bowers for out number 3.
But I just think today, you know, that the offense has to carry the load here a little bit with all the injuries. Tonight, they've carried the load.
Right back to the mound. Good stab by Mulholland. The throw, what? He ball stuck in his glove. The ball stuck in his glove, and that's why he ran so far to first. He couldn't get it out. And then he attempted to lob it with his glove hand, and the glove went with it. And Brindley caught them both. This is a classic.
Is lined and caught on a dive toward the line by Paredes.
Great play by Isak. Diving to his left is shortstop Walls. He gets up and throws him out. Tanner Walls wasting no time to turn a hit into an out. Coming on Langford, and he makes a sliding catch. Nicely done.
Don't they know who's out there? Have they not watched Cody Bellinger?
Smoked to third and caught by Suarez. Wow, that was a rocket ride. To the track, Martin to the wall, jumps up. Austin Martin caught that ball.
And Osuna into a slide, makes the catch.
Good stab by Castro, spins around, throw to first. Well done, Willie.
Long way to go for Connor Norby, who made the over-the-shoulder grab.
Tremendous. Up the middle, backhanded by Urias, stretched by Guerrero, they get him.
Oh, stopped by Palacios, and the throw to first. Nice job there.
And he'll slide to make the catch. Coming in, Michael Harris. He dives and he's got it. Great catch by Michael. That saves a run most likely.
$3 monthly discount limited to new mobile customers only. After 12 months, regular rates apply.
Rear-ended? That's wrong. Hurt at all? That's wrong. Call D&W, Chicago's Injury Law Group. Call the 8s, 312-888-8888.
This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Chicago Cubs and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs. Getting set for the bottom of the ninth here in Milwaukee. Cubs on top of the Brewers 8-2. Veteran right-hander Vince Velasquez takes over for the Cubs to finish this one off. Bryce Terang at the plate. Righty-lefty matchup. Velasquez, high leg kick and pitch, and Terang looks at a slow-moving knuckle curveball for a strike. 0-1. Velasquez rocks back and deals the pitch. Low and inside to Terang. 1 ball, 1 strike.
As Zach said, score big on authentic gear at MLBshop.com. From official jerseys, memorabilia, hats, hoodies. They've got the season covered, as Zach would say.
The 1-1 is low. 2-1 the count on Terang.
Visit MLBshop.com/Cubs, the official source for your Cubs gear.
That's a Hall of Fame read, if you ask me, Coon.
What do you expect?
You might have to take over. At the very least, it's an all-star read. Here's the 2-1, and it's whack foul out of play off to the left by Terang. 2-2. Cubs with 3 home runs tonight. They broke the game open in the 4th. Nico Horner broke a 2-all tie with an RBI single. And then Ian Happ gave the Cubs a cushion with a 3-run shot. Here's the 2-2. Pulled on the ground to first, fielded on one knee, back of the bag by Bush, races to the cushion, steps on it in time to beat Terang. 1 away.
Good start to the inning for Velasquez. First out in the inning, sponsored by Xfinity, reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that. So, really good plays by the Cubs today. This has been a good ball game for the Cubs. The offense, pitching, they've done their job today.
This was the plan, right? When the Cubs put the team together, especially against this squad. William Contreras looks at a ball low and outside.
Catch of the game tonight, sponsored by Catch Des Moines. That play was a real trip, and so is Des Moines. It's a trip, and make it yours at CatchDesMoines.com.
The 1-0. Contreras pops it foul out of play off to the right. What are you thinking?
There's a few good plays. Pete made a nice play in center. Michael Bush made a sliding catch of the ground ball. Maybe the play of the game is the double play that was turned by Nico, and that took an inning away from Milwaukee. So we got a few good plays.
Contreras pops it up on the infield, right of the mound. Bush has a play, makes the catch. Velasquez had no idea where that ball was and started racing out of the way when he heard the oncoming Bush.
Well, I think he was under it and he was waiting for help. And then once he heard Michael Bush, it was like, I'm out of here. Yep, so Bushy makes the play. Smart by the pitcher. We don't want them fielding balls, like that. That's not good if we want to win.
Garrett Mitchell will pinch hit for Andrew Vaughn. Velasquez steals, swing and a miss. 0-1.
Well, Mitchell just took a swing, and I think he pulled his hamstring.
Oh, boy. Time called.
Either that or he cramped.
Brewers trainer races out of the dugout along the first base line to take a look at Mitchell.
He takes a big swing, torques his leg, and then instantly grabs his back leg. There's no way they're going to let this guy stay in the game. I can't imagine that.
Home plate umpire Hunter Wendelstedt is talking to the trainer.
Yeah, I think he cramped up just by the way he's kind of talking. Because if it was a pull, instantly he'd be out of the game. But he's trying to maneuver to get, But I can't imagine them letting him stay in the game. That would be, he got the big swing in the bat in yesterday's game. You got to get him out of there just in case. But we'll see.
Well, while this delay is taking place, the toast of the game is presented by Binny's Beverage Depot. Binny's is the official champagne provider of the Chicago Cubs. Coon, the toast of the game goes to?
Well, we got a few candidates, some big swings at a bat. Ian with a big 3-run homer, that's for sure. That was a big swing. Suzuki started off with the home run, a 2-run bomb. But at the end of the day, when we came into this ball game, the big question mark was, pitching. And David Peterson came in his first start for the Cubs right from the Mets, and he comes in and does a great job for the Cubs. 5 2/3, 5 hits, couple punch outs, no walks, and that's after the very first pitch of the game he throws ends up hitting the hitting background in straightaway center. So a big tip of the cap to him. That's, you know, after that start, he came back and threw 5 2/3. So great job by Peterson today for the Cubs.
Mitchell stays in the game. He's in the box, left-handed batter. Velasquez works his motion and deals and misses in the dirt. 1-1. Binny's Beverage Depot. If you can't find it at Binny's, it's probably not worth drinking. So David Peterson, first game as a Cub, and the first time he wins the Binny's Beverage Depot host of the game. So good for him. The 1-1. Velasquez to Mitchell. Inside.
Stolen bases in this game. Cubs did not have a stolen base in this game. The stolen bases sponsored by Turo Tire. Chicago's hometown tire called safe with Turo Tires. Find yours at Turo.com.
The 2-1 by Velasquez. Mitchell grounds one on the right side. Fielded back to first by Bush. Underhand toss to Velasquez in time. Out number 3. Ball game. For the first time this season, the Cubs beat the Brewers. They win the middle game of this 3-game set in Milwaukee, 8-2.
A very nice game as we were talking about it. David Peterson with an outstanding performance for the Cubs to help them win a game. 3 big swings of the bat for the Cubs. Really 4, because Nico's base hit really kind of kicked off that inning after 2 walks. Nico drives in a run, and then the very next pitch, Ian Happ hits the 3-run bomb. So that was huge for the Cubs. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's just a good, sound baseball game, and you got to love, you know, the outing by Peterson.
It's time to fly the W. Sponsored by Southwest Airlines, the official airline of the Chicago.